Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is about that time. Final week of the NFL season. We just watched the Baltimore Ravens clinch the AFC North. I am your host, founder, and chairman of Hold My Nuggets Incorporated, the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis, and we are here with the Pittsburgh Steelers' final home game of the season because they will not be division champions. So with that being the case, there is a couple of scenarios that are at play here as it pertains to the NFL playoffs. First and foremost, Ryan, I shout out to you. You put 5 on it. You done asked how my New Year's was. New Year's was great. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Spent some time out there in the hospital visiting the unknown Adonis. Hopefully he could pop up in the chat. If not, I know that brother's incredibly fatigued, but I enjoyed myself. Happy New Year's to you guys. But here are the scenarios for the postseason. Yes, I am on a walking pad. I'm on a treadmill. Anybody who jumps up in here and asks, hey, are you on a treadmill? You answer for me. We ain't got no time to go and revisit things that was already said. I'm currently in the midst of doing a 75 hard challenge. We're on day 3. This will be my second exercise of the day because unfortunately I can't make it out. We were streaming for 8 hours, but that's neither here nor there. Now, with that being said, Pittsburgh has to win tonight to clinch the 5 seed and earn the right to travel to Houston. If they lose tonight and the Chargers win tomorrow, Pittsburgh will drop to the 6th seed and they will travel to Baltimore for their 3rd meeting on the season. Meanwhile, for the Cincinnati Bengals, if they win tonight, they keep their postseason dreams alive. But they need a loss from both Denver and Miami. But if Cincinnati loses tonight, take the L out of lover. Your season is over, brother. Who's coming out on top in your 2024 NFL Week 18 final matchup of the AFC North live on a treadmill? Game highlight commentary. What's going on with y'all? Hopefully y'all had yourselves a very blessed and productive new year. By the way, the book for the 75 hardest can't hurt me, David Goggins. So, Oscar, Patuan, what the fuck? Why is the goddamn purge horn still going? Cut your ass off. But Oscar Patuan said, Happy New Year, Chiseled. Yes, indeed. Sergeant Paten on it said, let's see how this goes. Steelers can mess around and either win or lose. Let's see what transpires. Indeed. We're going to see who's coming out on top. We're going to see what's coming out. Who's coming out on top? Josh, he said it's your 28th birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. What speed? I'm on 2.2. So there is that. Nonetheless, 2nd and 10 right now. In Pittsburgh, this game is being played. Oh, my God. What a route from Giuseppe. Just absolutely cooked this man for the first down. Homie got no damn coverage skills whatsoever. You said 26? Yeah, it's 26. I said 28. My bad. It's the monitor is down. I got some distance that's over here. Dwayne Patuan said she finally crashed out. Cashed in the Money in the Bank. Yes, I watched SmackDown earlier while I was in the gym. Greatest Patuan said, I tell you what, roasted duck tastes good. Go SU. Hey, man. They got that W. Oregon continues to disappoint. First down, Burrow got his man. That's T. Higgins. That's another first down. They're approaching midfield. By the way, Pittsburgh losers of 3 straight. Cincinnati winners of 4 straight. So if there's a team that you don't want to see, if they can qualify and make it into the postseason, it's the Cincinnati Bengals. Their offense is on absolute fire currently. Granted, their defense, you still have to call into question their productivity, but you cannot, under any circumstance, sit there and say there's no level of fear that exists because that offense is marching up and down the field on everybody currently. Another first down. Now they're in Pittsburgh territory. Mr. King, Patuan said, would love to see the Broncos sell the playoffs. I mean, it's a highly plausible sort of situation for them. Win and you're in. And if I'm not mistaken, they are playing against Kansas City, who has nothing to play for. They've clinched the 1 seed. They can essentially rest their starters for 2 weeks. They have nothing to play for. If Denver loses tomorrow, they just didn't want to go to the postseason. And no disrespect to the backups for Kansas City, because you're still a pro. But for all intents and purposes, If you're Denver, it's right here for the taking. It's right here for the taking. Under no circumstance should you go out there and mess around and lose. But we've seen crazier things happen in NFL history. We've seen crazier things happen in NFL history. So there is that. Saying the hacker said Steelers are terrible. Coming from a Steelers fan, they keep choking. I mean, it's been the same thing for the last, decade? Well, maybe less than decade. We'll go 2018 forward, because at least 2017, you could kind of hang your head on, man, Shazier got hurt. But we let the Jags hang 45 on our heads. So still, it's one of those, how the fuck do we choke that away? So we should count that as well. 2016, Le'Veon got hurt in the championship game. Antonio Brown decided to go. I almost fell. Antonio Brown decided to go and not really care too much about production. Or I should say team production, only cared about individual. So with that being the case, we have what? 7, 8 years? About 7, 8 years of just failures when it matters most. Jamar Chase moving the chains. That's a first down again. Jay Pafivehorn said, what's up, Adonis? We'll be going to see the Bucs play the Saints tomorrow. Hopefully you can get the job done and punch your ticket into the playoffs. Yep, all you got to do is not lose, and the division title is yours, because Atlanta lost. So all you got to do is just win, and you're in the postseason. Did I know that Shazier's back walking? Yeah, he's been walking for some years now. You're here for the crash out. You're probably not going to get it, to be honest with you. You're probably not going to get it, because it all depends on the matter and how they lose. I've said time and time again, I'm not the type of football fan that wants to destroy the television after every loss and celebrate as if, we're Super Bowl bound after every win. Those who've been watching me for years, there's context to why there would be a crash out for all intents and purposes. So there is that. Always plays a role. Butter just became a member. I appreciate you. That's a touchdown. Too easy. That's a touchdown. Jamar Chase, I think that's his, 17th on the year? He's going to have that triple crown and become the 5th receiver, joining Jerry Rice, Sterling Sharp, Steve Smith, and Cooper Kupp as the triple crown winners in the as a receiver in the NFL. I don't know how much he's going to want, but whatever the fuck Jamar Chase wants, they better pay that man. They should have paid him before the season, but they played those games. He said, fuck it, I'm going to still go out there and perform. And he gave the Bengals the single greatest wide receiver season they've ever seen. Chris Collinsworth? Nope. TJ Husmanzada? Nope. Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco? Nope. AJ Green? Nope. It's Jamar Chase, who gave you your greatest single season you've ever seen. And unfortunately for you, he can now go to the highest bidder, if I'm not mistaken. So this is going to be something interesting and a storyline that has to be taken into account this upcoming off season, because although you would look at it like, yo, man, his quarterback is, his same quarterback he played with in college. If a team's giving you that almighty dollar, you going somewhere else. Carson Palmer didn't play what receiver. So there is that. Yeah, we're back. We was live for like 7. Well, how long was the stream for Dang and Romper? Lord knows how long that shit was. Maybe 6.5, 7 some hours. So there is that. They better put somebody on Chase. I mean, I would hope so. Here's my thing for Pittsburgh. I saw some people talking about, well, there's nothing to play for. That's the dumbest thing you could possibly do. 3 consecutive weeks, you've looked absolutely abysmal. You're going to rest? You have no chemistry, no cohesiveness whatsoever. You're going to rest? Well, somebody could get hurt. They playing like they not even on the field. That makes no sense. Like, sometimes, truly, fans operate as if real football that you're watching is a video game. It doesn't work like that. The concept of tanking, the concepts of resting starters, all this other stuff, it's not a video game. These is real people. You think dudes is on some, yeah, coach, rest me. Like you don't have incentives in your contract? Oh, well, you're already a millionaire. What's another 500,000? Are you crazy? you trying to manage people's money that you yourself don't have? Like, turn this on. It's mind-boggling to me. This whole week, ranging from the Saquon thing up until the countless different players who have incentives to hit, teams that's already in the postseason talking about, yeah, let's just rest. It doesn't matter if you play against this. Are you crazy? These dudes are competitors. You're not about to just sit down and lay down. That's crazy. Cameron said, if Saquon gets injured, then what? Now, here's the thing. If he gets injured, that's unfortunate. But there's no guarantee there won't be injuries down the line. Like, you could sit there. Now, granted, I'll tell you this much. It's a guarantee he won't get hurt against the Giants if he doesn't play. But that doesn't mean an injury can't happen in practice. We've seen that happen. Doesn't mean that injuries can't happen during the game on the very first play on the following playoff game, because it's not like they got another bye week. So this happens. Remember, homie, the heart and soul of the Bengals defense in '88. There's nose tackle. I forget his name. First play of the game. First play of the Super Bowl. He breaks his leg. They're done. They're fucking done. It happens all the time. Brady, 2008. First series of the season. Just come off a perfect regular season. You're done. So there's no way to guarantee that injuries won't happen. No, it wasn't Munoz. Munoz is an offensive lineman. Their defensive lineman, not their offensive lineman. It was their nose tackle. I forget his name. I think his last name started with a K. I forget. Rodgers last year, 75 seconds. It's wild, man. Yes, that's what it was. Tim Kroomreich. Yes, that's who it was. All right, Russell Wilson takes the field here. 1st and 10 for Pittsburgh. Najee Harris running into people's ACLs. Nathan put 2 on it. Said, we say our prayers to the tragedy in New Orleans. Yes, indeed. That was fucking brutal. I watched the video. Bruh. Some people just straight up deranged, bro. I saw some folks talking about maybe it was a mechanical error inside of the vehicle. Come on, man. What are we doing? You gotta call shit what it is. William giving out gifts. KC put 5 on, said, you got Joe Burrow. Damn. You got Joe Burrow, 300 plus, 325 plus passing yards. Kyler Murray, 40 plus rush yards. And Devontae Adams, anytime TD with Mike Evans, 90 plus receiving yards. What do I think about that? I think you have a number of different people who have incentives to hit. So there's that. And Burrow is playing for something. Kyler Murray has an incentive. Devontae Adams, that one, he does have an incentive, but I don't know per se. But Rodgers and him, this could be their last time together, so they might just try to go for it. But Mike Evans, I think that's a lock. I don't think there's a scenario where he doesn't get over that 85 yards in the 5 catches. They're going to move heaven and earth to make that happen. Russell Wilson takes a sack. Russell Wilson takes another sack. By the way, he's creeping up on Big Ben for the 3rd most sacked quarterback in the history of the NFL. He's creeping up on Big Ben. He might catch him. Maybe not this season, but next year for sure. Because nobody takes sacks like Russell Wilson currently right now in the NFL outside of Caleb Williams and C.J. Stroud. But he finds his way to the floor. And because of that, we say...
Anybody got more of that Loompa Loompa weed? Anybody got more of that Loompa Loompa weed? more of that Loompa Loompa weed?
Oh, boy. Offense already off the field. What else is new? Sports Talk with Marcel. For 5 on said RIP Stuart Scott today makes 10 years of his passing. Wow. 10 years. Crazy. Doug put 10 on it. Said, and everyone late in the year is nursing something. So you're right, Chisel. Injuries are inevitable in this game. You can only do so much. That's why you actually respect Nick Sirianni for sitting Saquon. Well, here's the thing, right? And I talked about it in my video. My take on the Saquon thing is this. From the running back position that's been disrespected for what, the last 10 some years? Since the genesis of maybe not so much the genesis, but the boom of the passing attack. The late 2000s was the last hurrah for the running back position. 2010s, early 2010s, you had backs that were killing, but they didn't necessarily translate towards being a Super Bowl champion. Think about the best backs of the 2010s. Who's the best back that got that championship for their squad that played a large role? Marshawn Lynch and, yeah, that might be the only guy. Think about it. 2010, it was Rodgers who ran the show. 2011, Eli made it happen. 2012, Ray Rice made some plays. Hey, Ray Rice was all right. Was Ray Rice top 5 in the league as a back in 2012? No. 13, you had Marshawn. 14 should have been Marshawn again, but instead it was Blunt and company. 15, you had Hillman, Anderson. They were by committee. 16 should have been Freeman, but instead ends up being, Blunt and everything of that. No, well, maybe not so much Blunt. I think who was it? It was not Devin White. James White and company. They got the job done there. 17, you had Blunt and Ajayi and all those other guys. 18, you had I think that's when Blunt went back over there. No, he was there for 16. Who was there for 18 with the Patriots? I forget. Harris? No, I don't think he was there. But whatever the case may be, 2010s, Lynch is the only one. Yes, Sony Michel. Lynch is the only one. So because that's the case, Saquon has an opportunity here to stick it not only to his former team, but also to the league, because you had a guy who people weren't saying he was washed, but ain't nobody was sitting there like, man, Saquon is still the Pro Bowl back. They had questions about if he had fallen off. Am I wrong? Let's not have revisionist history. So since that's the case, if he can now go and set a record that has sat for 40 years, you don't pass something like that up. And I understand the health, especially for that particular organization, because of what happened last year with A.J. Brown. But this is NFL history, and it's bigger than just Saquon. It's the whole position. So that's my take. But, hey, you like it, I love it. Nathan Pafivon said, Chisel, if there was a future anticipated wrestling match of Big Booty Bailey, Rhea Morgan, Alexa Bliss in the same ring, what's my reaction? Cool. Nonetheless, 41-yard line, and it's third down. Come on, Pittsburgh, get a stop. Jesus Christ. Somebody's got to cover, fam. Somebody's going to have to cover tonight. Somebody's going to have to cover tonight. These boys might mess around and get fucking, these boys might get boat raced out here if ain't nobody making a play. They going to get boat raced out here if ain't nobody on defense making a play. Golly. Maya said, bet Cam is mad that Eli's going to the Hall. I'd be mad too. And here's my biggest thing. Eli go in on the first ballot, throw the Hall of Fame away. I've given my argument. I don't want to keep getting into it, but, that should have been a flag for a hold, bro. There should have been a flag for a hold. They're not going to get it. They're not going to get it. Golly. Somebody going to have to make a play on defense. How the Steelers took a chance on Russ, but not AB. Who's taking... nobody took a chance on AB. Somebody was going to take a chance on Russ. Like, come on now. What are we talking about here? I want you to type that out again. Think about it before you press enter. King James said Pittsburgh just up and quit 3 weeks ago. Tell you the truth, that second half effort against Philly, god awful. Game against Baltimore, it looked like they had no will to win. And then ultimately against Kansas City, them boys packed it in. So that's not a wrong assessment, to be honest with you. Justin put 10 on it, said, let's see Saints interviewing Matt Nagy, Bears interested in Cliff Kingsbury, Jets interviewing Riverboat Ron and Rex Ryan. I'd love if Rex Ryan returned to football. And John Robinson for GM. Why do organizations keep doing this? Well, I don't want to say it's like the good old boys club, but if you happen to have the right representation and then furthermore, the right amounts of connections, you could always weasel your way back up in there. So that happens. Benzino put 5 on, said, what's crazy is Eli had 20 interceptions during that Super Bowl run in 07. But the thing is, like, people have short-term memory of the run. Like, the amount of credit that they give to me, and I've said this again, go back and watch the game. Mans had 2 drives the whole game, albeit that drive was spectacular. But let's call it what it is. Homie escaped the sack. Magnificent. He just threw the fucking ball up. Like, come on, man. It's like Brady in Super Bowl 36. Go back and watch that game. He was not the best player on the field. Go watch the actual games. Justin put 2 on and said, what coaches are getting their axe on Monday? We'll address it probably in the commentary. At this point, put Fields in. Well, I mean, we've only seen 1 drive from Russell. And to be quite honest with you, the defense hasn't generated the turnovers because they were, at one point, they were top 5 in the NFL in takeaways. Last 3 weeks, they've done diddly poo, as John Morrow would say. Boys ain't creating takeaways. You had 1 against Baltimore. That was Minka. None last week, to my memory, against the Chiefs. You had 2 takeaways against Philly that generated a total of 3-some points. You can't win that way. You can't win that way. You can't win that way. So as far as I'm concerned, the only way Pittsburgh was one of the best teams, if not the best, at preventing teams from taking advantage of turnovers, and that's since flipped completely. Because it seems like if it's a guarantee, I shouldn't say if it's a guarantee. If Pittsburgh turns the football over, the other team's going to go the length of the field no matter where it's at. So that's just the reality of the situation. And until the offense wakes up and showcases any form or remnants of consistency, it's clipped. Because let me tell you something right now. If they can't keep up with the scoring and the run game is nullified, they're done because the offensive line can't protect. And not only can the offensive line can't protect, receivers can't get open, and then Russ refuses to get rid of the football. So it's a triple clusterfuck situation. 3rd and 6 here. You better hope they can get a stop here. Tomlin declined the damn penalty. All you need is 1 stop, hold them to a field goal, or I should say, hold them to try to go and kick it, because there's no guarantee you can make it in Pittsburgh. Oh, he got fucking laced. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Way to put your goddamn arms on the quarterback. Magnificent. There we go. Patrick Queen finally made a play for the first time in a month. All right. That's how you get after the quarterback. Patrick Queen finally pulled up for the first time in a month. Golly, I've been looking for number 6 to do something. Finally. That's definitely a fumble, by the way. Thank the Lord somebody made a play. 48-yard field goal. This is in Pittsburgh. This as difficult as a 55-yarder. There's your, oh, he got it. Right down the middle. He got it. Golly. LSU on LSU violence. Oh, Alex Highsmith limping. This man's leg just for decoration, bro. Every single year you got to mess around and get hurt. I mean, it's only been the last couple of years, but that's neither here nor there. Come on, man. Terrell, 2 on it. Said, think the AFC North is the best division this year? No. AFC North is always incredibly competitive, but the best division this year? Nah. Nah. That's the NFC North. Not the AFC North. NFC North. AFC West is crazy, Bronco. I'm not even going to hold you. Because if the NFC North and the AFC West were to play, NFC North is going to win. And that is the NFC North. It's the NFC North is the best division in football this year. Last year was the AFC North. This year is the NFC North. AFC West could potentially have, 3 playoff teams. NFC North already had that solidified. Benzino put 20 on it. Said, do I believe the Packers can make a Super Bowl run? Yes. Not saying it will happen, but in years past, there has been teams that have lost to good teams in the regular season and somehow beat them in the postseason. Well, here's the thing. You got to take into account, for the Packers, look at their path. They're the 6th seed, right? They're locked in at the 6th seed because the 5th seed is either going to be Minnesota or Detroit. And we're going to talk about this wild card seeding business. And I hate the conversation that's being done about the NFL should adopt the NBA, where if you win the division, you're going to get into the playoffs. But that shouldn't mean that you're going to already be a top 4 seed. Fucking stupid. But for the Packers, here's the thing. The one thing that you truly want in the playoffs at any point, and what you do want and what you don't want, is a divisional opponent. But if there was an opponent that you had to choose that's a juggernaut, if it's a divisional opponent, because you know them, they know you, but truly it's the best 50-50 kind of situation, unless, there's a team that's been boat racing motherfuckers all year. Then you're like, I don't want to see them. But if you take a look at the Packers' path, they're the 6th seed. They're locked in right there, right? Well, not necessarily, because I think if they lose and then Washington wins. No, the Packers right now are the 7th seed. Washington's the 6th seed. So if the Packers can go to 6 or they remain at 7, they're going to play against Philly. They played Philly incredibly early in the year. It was an all right game. I believe that was a game that Jordan Love had gotten hurt as well. In my opinion, they can beat Philly. No guarantee, but they can beat Philly. I think their team matches up very well with Philadelphia. It'll be a very tough battle, but I think they could pull off the upset. If that's the route, the very next team would be either Detroit or Minnesota, whoever's the number 1 seed. That's a divisional game. They were competitive in their divisional games the whole year. That's another opportunity that's there. And then whoever you see in the NFC Championship, you cross that bridge when you have to. So there's a path that's there. Now, if they're the 6th seed, the 3 seed is the NFC West, if I'm not mistaken. So you'd be playing against Los Angeles. I think they can get Los Angeles. I think Los Angeles could also get them, but it's a coin flip for both. It's a coin flip for both. And then the same thing is open. I don't think there's any team in the NFC who head and shoulders can't be beat. Detroit, injuries can come back and hurt them for all intents and purposes. Minnesota looks very good. I think of all the teams in the NFC, if Detroit's healthy, I'm rolling with the Lions all the way. Next, it'd be Minnesota, then Philly. But with Philly, it all depends. With Philly, it all depends. Because Jalen Hurts going to have to show the fuck up. So that's kind of where it's at the moment. So I don't think that it's completely out of the cards for them to try to go and make a run. Nathan put 5 on and said, it would be phenomenal for a potential Super Bowl matchup of the Vikings and Bills, 2 teams, each 4 Super Bowl losses or appearances and losses if it happens. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. finally somebody would get a Super Bowl championship for their squad, and you have two brand new teams in that championship on this side of the millennium. So it's something that's fresh. Timothy Batoon said, has there ever been a 14-win team as a wild card? No, this will be the first time in history. The Tennessee Titans in 1999 had the record for the most wins because they were 13-3. Jacksonville was 14-2. And funny enough, they beat Jacksonville in the AFC Championship to go meet the Rams in Super Bowl 34. So the only team Jacksonville lost to the whole year was Tennessee. They were 14-2. Their two losses, Tennessee Titans. AFC Championship, their only loss, Tennessee Titans. That shit's hilarious. I know Fred Taylor angry than a motherfucker. Oh, Russell Wilson gonna try a moon ball. He got Mike Williams, but I think he's out of bounds. I think he's out of bounds. They better run to the line. 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 They might have you out of bounds. Run to the line. Run to the line. Oh, no, those feet is in bounds. His foot was dragging. Wow. Wow. What do you know? That's a hell of a goddamn pass and catch. That's a hell of a catch. That's a hell of a catch. Dwayne Patouin said, I hope Mr. Unlimited does show up. I hope so, too. Shout out to Pat McAfee. Unlimited. That shit's cool. Legendary Lion, Patouin said, what are my award predictions? Lamar Jackson MVP. Truly, and I know Peyton probably going to say it in the chat, I know it's a regular season award, but I'm a conspiracy theorist. So between Lamar and Josh Allen, whoever goes farther in the playoffs will ultimately end up being the MVP. But Lamar gets the MVP. Offensive Player of the Year will go to Saquon Barkley. Defensive Player of the Year is an interesting one, but I'm going Kirby Joseph, right? I'm going Kirby Joseph. Defensive Rookie of the Year, either Verse or Mitchell. Offensive Rookie of the Year will go to Jaden Daniels. Comeback Player of the Year. Comeback Player of the Year. Good God. Comeback Player of the Year. Now that's an interesting one. You know what? I don't know if he qualifies, but Joe Burrow? Does Joe Burrow count? Because he got hurt at the end of the year. Does Joe Burrow count? Well, of course, Sam Darnold, but no, because he wasn't. Darnold was like they changed the qualifications for it, right? So Darnold wouldn't qualify. Well, yeah, Burrow got hurt, so Burrow's gonna win it. Burrow's gonna win it. Move like Jay Pafibon said, as a Ravens fan, you don't hate the Steelers as much as you hate Ohio, the Ohio teams. So you're asking y'all to please win this game. Well, that's what we're going for. You have to be injured. Right. You have to be injured, right? So if that's the case, then Burrow will probably get it. Because Darnold didn't get hurt. Did he? I can't recall. NFL needs a most improved player award. That would be cool. I think there was a point in which they had one in history. I forget. It escapes me. It escapes me. Static Adonis, indeed. Way to run into your own guys. So there is that. Oh, he was just played backup, but he was injured. Yeah, he wouldn't qualify then. He ain't gonna get it. Jay Cooler put two on and said that's all Russ has in his bag. Honestly, yeah, it's brutal right now. I need Pittsburgh to do something. They got to do something. They got to do something. They got to do something. This Static Shock, not Black Lightning. Damn, oh, wait a minute. Broderick Jones hurt? No, he's not. He got back up. 3rd and 6 coming right now. A Saint said, do I think Philly can win their division? They already won their division. The NFC East has been locked up already. So that's already been settled. They did make an argument for Sam to win MVP. Yeah, Sam should be in the conversation for the MVP. Oh, wait, are they going to get a flag? No, they're not. Oh, wow, a late flag comes in. Late flag comes in. Oh, and Pat Fryermuth went to go let him know. I don't know why Pat Fryermuth felt the need to go and let him know, fam. Let the fucking play do the talking for you. Don't go touch nobody. That's definitely a pass interference. Timothy Patuon said, it's starting to snow. Please be a snow game. I think a snow game would actually benefit Pittsburgh in this case, but they also choked the game away against Cleveland. So as far as I'm concerned, I just want to see them be able to win. Because I want fairgrounds, go out there and play your style of football. But unfortunately, Pittsburgh doesn't have a style of football outside of losing games now. So they got to figure it out. King for 5 said, just popped in to say, what's up, brother? How's it going, family? Pitts is fried. Well, Kyle Pitts, that is. He's done in Atlanta for sure. All right, Najee Harris, first down. Kevin O'Connell. Oh, yes, and Coach of the Year, I think we'll go to Kevin O'Connell. Coach of the Year, I think we'll go to Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell's system is why Darnold won't get MVP. That got nothing to do with it. Lamar and Josh Allen are by far having the best seasons in the NFL. Joe Burrow is, of course, in that conversation as well, but they're far and away from it. Why not Andy Reid? Andy, when you're a coach that's a 2-time reigning Super Bowl champion, and then your following season, you're a one-loss team, you're not going to get the consideration. They're going to look at somebody who was able to revitalize a franchise. You almost get penalized for being too good. That's kind of what happens. It sucks. It's which Chubby Adonis is crazy. It's just the angle of the t-shirt. I would show off the ad, but that's not what we're here for. But you get penalized for, success, if you will. So there's that. Dan Campbell should be Coach of the Year if they beat the Vikings. Well, I think he probably wouldn't mess around and get it because Minnesota's not even supposed to be there. That's just kind of how the NFL operates nowadays. I agree, it's stupid, but it's unfortunately where we are. Stream said comeback player of the year, usually somebody who's hurt or comes back the next season, but it's been reported that Darnold votes won't get excluded. Oh, interesting. All right. Garrett for 5-1 said praying for the Buccaneers win tomorrow, NFC South champs. Let's fucking go. Well, that would be the 5th consecutive year for you guys if you're able to go and get the job done. And they're going to, the Saints defense is ass, so there's no reason why it shouldn't happen. So we shall see. It's 1st and goal. Under no circumstance can Pittsburgh not score a touchdown here. Najee Harris ain't going to score here. You only got yourself a gain of 1, and then a late block is probably going to come in. Golly. Nathan Pateno said, if you had to choose which clock management screw up this year between Matt Eberflus, Raheem Morris, you pick Eberflus because it was the last play of the game. Honestly, both are 100% ass. Nah, to be honest with you, Eberflus's one was terrible. But I'm not going to lie to you. Raheem Morris did it 3 times in the same game. Raheem Morris's poor clock management was worse than Matt Eberflus's. Because although Eberflus did it in the final sequence, didn't use that timeout, they had no play, and then Chicago did it again after his firing. What Raheem Morris did with a rookie quarterback, by far worse for me. By far worse for me. Like, that's the type of shit that warrants an ass whipping. Oh, my God. Russell Wilson going to... Oh, that's going... No flag. They're not even going to throw the flag. That's a damn shame. Pittsburgh gained 1 yard in the fucking red zone. Oh, wow. Late flag comes in. No, I guess not. Oh, yeah, it came in late. All right, go ahead, hand this football off to Najee Harris. Find the end zone, because he did hold his hand a little bit. Let me hold you. Look at, yeah, he tugged on that arm. He did tug on that arm.
Then you sell it.
He grabbed the left arm. He tugged on the arm. Yeah, see? Yeah.
14 grams.
That's going to happen. Jarek Patuana said, Steelers fan, you bet on Cincinnati underdog today? Well, shit. There's Najee. That's a touchdown. His 6th of the year. Nathan Patuana said, it's going to cost Morris his job if they miss the playoff. Absolutely. Morris is gone if they miss the postseason. He's gone. He's gone because they were in the driver's seat on 2 different occasions. 2 different occasions. You started fucking 6-3. Kirk Cousins isn't going crazy, but he's playing good football to where you're able to go and win. You lose 4 consecutive games. 4. No touchdowns, 8 interceptions. You decide, all right, cool. We benching him. You bring in Penix, and then you're in a situation. Coming off a victory. You have an opportunity in prime time to essentially punch your way to possibly the postseason, because all you got to do is beat Carolina the following week. And you choke. So this, Raheem Morris better try to cast some form of genjutsu on Tampa Bay to lose, and they got to win, or his job is gone. Jared Pafavon said, do I think the Jets get Vrabel to get one on the Patriots? Well, I don't think they'd be getting one on the Patriots. He's a former Patriot, but in the realm of coaching, it doesn't matter. So there's that. Matt put 2 on it, said top 3 Steelers cornerbacks and top 3 Bengals quarterbacks. Well, top 3 Bengals quarterbacks is incredibly easy because it's Carson, Burrow, Esiason. So you can rank them how you want, but that's the 3 Bengals quarterbacks. Top 3 Steelers cornerbacks, Mel Blount, well, Rod Woodson, Mel Blount, and then, well, Lake was a safety, so I can't use Carnell Lake. Deshae Townsend was cool, but I think Ike Taylor was better. Joe Hayden is probably going to be the most seasoned of the latest generation for all intents and purposes. So I'll say Joe Hayden, right? So I'll say Joe Hayden, but it was such a small period of time. So I'd probably have to go more towards Ike Taylor, because Ike Taylor doesn't get the credit that he actually deserves. So there's that. No, Mike Hilton is crazy to go and bring up. Oh, you know what? But Boomer Esiason over Ken. You know what? Ken Anderson over Boomer Esiason. It's a coin flip either way, but I do like Ken Anderson more. So I'll go Anderson more. John Kitna, please stop it. But that would be Carson, Burrow, and you know what? Well, then again, if I don't count Burrow, I'll just say Anderson, Esiason, Palmer. Ooh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Huh. Oh, wow. Ken Anderson or Boomer Esiason. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Golly, that's something. That is something. I'd go Ken Anderson. Yeah, you know what? I'd go Ken Anderson. I like that. I'm glad y'all brought him up. That just completely escaped me. Golly. Yash in the building. What's going on? I know you was going to come in here and represent your Bengals. Fred Taylor, he got nothing to do with either of the teams. What are we referencing? No, Dalton doesn't stack up to those guys. Dalton would ultimately be there at 5. I think Burrow has already supplanted Dalton. Burrow's already supplanted Dalton. So there's that. Vagabond in the building for 20 on it. What's going on, family? As good as he was, do I think Andrew Luck ruined the league's expectations for what a rookie quarterback should be as a starter? People want to rush a rookie, but Bryce Young is looking better now after a horrible rookie season. Well, I don't think it's Andrew Luck alone. It's Luck, Wilson, Griffin, and Newton. Those four in those back-to-back years ruined it because all of them played at an incredibly high level, Pro Bowl level, playoff level, and now teams immediately thought the savior will immediately come in and ball. So it wasn't just Andrew Luck. It was a collective back-to-back year unit. So that's ultimately what ended up happening. Quentin put 2 on and said, why is Najee getting hate even though he has 4 1,000-yard teams? Because it could be so much more. Like, you ever seen somebody achieve well but still underachieve? Like, not Najee. The problem that happens is you see the flashes of what Jalen Warren does, and you're like, yo,
14 grams of
yo, he might be the guy, but I think they operate best as a 1-2 punch.
then you
Najee has a ton of different times where there's holes that are right there, and for whatever reason, mans just don't hit them holes. Mans just don't hit them holes. So that's ultimately why there's a high level of frustration per se. And also, I think his inability to break away, because let's call it what it is. Najee breaks into the open field, he ain't outrunning motherfuckers. How many times have you turned on the television on Sundays, Mondays, Thursdays, Saturdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and you're watching football, running back breaks outside, they're going to the end zone. Take a look inside the division. Nick Chubb don't got that doggone knee no more, but Nick Chubb break into the open field, he gone. Derrick Henry, don't even get me started. Chase Brown on a numerous different times this season has had moments where he's been able to go and get some lengthy runs that's resulted in touchdowns. You don't see that from Najee. So naturally, people are going to have problems. I have no issue with him. But I don't think he's worth, top of the league kind of money. But if he were to remain in Pittsburgh and he's still a 1-2 punch alongside Jalen Warren, I got nothing against that. Ben put 5 on it.
14
Garrett put another 5 and said, you feel sorry for all of the players that got snubbed out of playing in the Pro Bowl this year. My dog, Baker Mayfield, is one of them. Well, here's the thing. The Pro Bowl should essentially be done away with because it means nothing no more. So
sell it
Tyler Huntley went to the Pro Bowl a couple of years ago. He played in 5 games.
by 14
He was 2-3 in those games. Threw more picks than threw more picks than touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken. And he went to the Pro Bowl. And if I'm not mistaken, that season, Josh Allen didn't even go. Because they ain't call him. So as far as I'm concerned, get rid of the Pro Bowl honor completely and just leave it as the All-Pro. 22, well, what is it? How many All-Pro selections is there? There's a total of about 50? No, I think it's like doubled. Whatever the number may be. Leave it at All-Pro and leave it. Because the Pro Bowl don't mean shit no more. Pro Bowl used to mean something. Shit don't mean nothing no more. Excuse me. Another excuse me. All right, 3rd down. Pittsburgh needs a stop. And they're going to get they do stop him. Wow, what do you know? They do stop him 1 yard short. And since he's going to keep that offense on the field. They're going to keep that offense on the field. Gen Will put 2 on it, said, or 3, pardon me, said, which failing franchise are we sending Jimmy? Where? Shit. I don't know. I don't know where we're going to go and send Jimmy Butler, but we'll see. Fucking shame it doesn't work. I blame Pat Riley. Ben put 5 on, said, Texans fan, guessing you would rather come to us than go to Baltimore. Either team, I'm not against it because I ain't ducking no smoke, but I'm not the guy who's on the field. So because of the way Pittsburgh's playing, I'd rather see them go to Houston. Passes tipped, all right. Incomplete, magnificent. Turnover on downs. Now you got to turn this into points. So I would rather see Pittsburgh go to Houston than go against Baltimore. And I want Baltimore again. But the way the Steelers is playing right now, they're going to get boat raced. And believe it or not, playing against Houston, they could still get boat raced. So it's one of those, man, it is the lesser of two evils, but the way that we playing, we can't trump evil, period.
14 grams.
So I just want to see Pittsburgh play good football to where I can look at the postseason and be like, I could watch the game with a, microcosm of excitement. Nathan Pateno said, I know Morris did that terrible clock management in the final seconds of regulation on Sunday Night Football, but you didn't know he did it twice in one game until that commentary. You're not afraid to say he's got to go. Yeah, it's bad. And it was truly 3 times because in overtime, he had 2 timeouts and Washington milked 6.5 minutes of clock. And in the midst of that,
14
not once did he call timeout. Like, you got to be smarter than that, bro. You've been coaching on sidelines for 20 years plus. Like, this is the one thing I'll never understand. You can't be somebody who's a coordinator on the sidelines for years, in coaching meetings and briefings throughout decades. And when you get your opportunity as head coach, you've got the button to be able to go and utilize timeouts or challenge flags and make decisions, and suddenly you don't know how to make them? What? You've been preparing your entire professional career for this moment, and you unprepared? All right. Oh yeah. That's that type of stuff. I lose my mind, bro. I lose my mind. Zeno, what's going on, family? Vagabond, put 5 on and say, even though it's just one season, do I think Saquon cemented himself as a Hall of Famer? Fuck no. I said it in my video. I'll say it again. If Saquon got hurt, if he were to, let's say, God forbid, he got hurt in a playoff game, ripped his leg off the damn bone, never played another down of football, he's in the Hall of Fame? Fuck no. It's just like Cooper Kupp had the greatest single wide receiver season in the history of the game. No disrespect to Jerry Rice in '87. But is Cooper Kupp a Hall of Famer right now? No. One season's not enough. We got to stop giving out Hall of Fame nods the way that, Dragon Ball Z started giving out Super Saiyan, clearance. All right, here we go. Shit, I haven't seen Calvin Austin make a play in over a month. Somebody get that man to football. I mean, he has caught a couple of touchdowns, but what have they led to? So I'll take that back. Gerald, put 5 on, said, top 4 Eagles quarterbacks in no particular order. You say McNabb, Cunningham, Jaworski, and the 4th can be Van Brocklin, but he only played 3 seasons with the Eagles. I wouldn't put Van Brocklin because of that. He didn't play enough time. That's like putting Vic in that top area. So truly, if you go from the Eagles quarterbacks, it would be Jaworski, Cunningham, McNabb, and then ultimately Hurts is who I would put there. Because you have to take into account a sample size. Like with Tampa hasn't had great QBs for all intents and purposes. So if somebody says Brady, I can't argue with you. But not McNabb, but the Eagles have a lengthy history of quarterbacks who's played there for at least a decent amount of time, over 5 some years, to where you could say, yo, you know what? I can, include this individual. So there's that. Jerron Patuan said, are running backs and linebackers only complementary pieces in the NFL? No, linebackers, outside linebackers maybe, who don't rush the passer. But I'll say this much. Running backs are now complementary pieces. Middle linebackers are a dime piece that you need, in my opinion. Outside linebackers who aren't pass rushers, you're complimentary. You can be replaced. You're not that big of a deal. So there's that. Doughboy Games, member for 25 months. Said, I seen your Ravens, big boy, fat man, pick 6. Yes, I should say. Yes, I did see it. Ben, 2 on it, said, Buck side quest, get Mike Evans to 1,000 yards. Yup, and they're going to do everything in their power to make it happen. The Lazy Shogun, 5 on said, thoughts on Caleb Williams' rookie season? It's not bad. Also, who do I have winning, Minnesota or Detroit tomorrow, eventually representing the NFC in the Super Bowl? Well, between the two, I like Minnesota. I really do. I like Minnesota winning. But if Jahmyr Gibbs goes over 100 all-purpose, Detroit's got it. But from where I sit right now, I'm leaning towards Minnesota. It's going to be very difficult to slow down Gibbs. I think if Montgomery was playing, I'd be all in on Detroit. But because he's not, I'm leaning towards Minnesota. But they better fucking slow down Jahmyr Gibbs. If they don't, take the L out of Lover. Division done, brother.
14 grams.
Vagabond, put 2 on and said you hate both teams, but Minnesota looks better.
Then you sell it.
Also, to answer the question, Lazy Shogun, my thoughts on Caleb Williams' rookie season, it was all right. It wasn't terrible. I thoroughly think he had the best rookie quarterback season in Chicago Bears history, but because of the anticipation and expectations that they set on that young man, people looking at him like, I shared it on Twitter where they had said, yo, is Marvin Harrison Jr. a bust? Think about Marvin Harrison Jr.'s season. If he's a bust, and clearly those who shared it, I think it was like fantasy pages that shared it. If he's in the conversation for bust, I've seen the same thing said about Caleb Williams. So what are we really defining as a bust now? So for Caleb Williams, I think he had a good rookie season. It just wasn't spectacular like a Jaden Daniels. Enough to win and possibly get to the postseason like a Bo Nix. So these types of things are ultimately what is being conversed about, if you will. Mr. Bonkman put 2 on it. Said, been here since 2018. Love the content. I appreciate you, Mr. Bonkman. Corey, 27 months a member. Said, what's going on, everybody? Hey, well, how's it going with you? Chuck Berries put 20 on it. Said, you're super pissed for Barkley not being allowed to break the NFL record, especially since Tiki Barber hating ass is calling the game. Tiki said he's dead to him and the Giants fans. Of course, as an Eagles fan, I've never liked Tiki. Yeah, and I mentioned this during the last football stream. Tiki doesn't get a lot of the credit that he deserves as a running back. I think had he played 3 more years, he would have been a Hall of Fame back. He would have had the numbers comparable to like a Corey Dillon, to like a Steven Jackson, things of that nature. But unfortunately, he retired before they can win a championship. So, but he has said some very questionable things in media that does signify him as a form of a hater. And I'll say this time and time again, when it comes to players who then go into media and they talk about current players who's in organizations that they not only represent, but they talk about, bro, you have direct access to this person. Talk to them before you talk to the media. That shit drives me up a wall, bro. I kid you not. That's one of the things that I absolutely hate about sports media. When you're a former player representing an organization, when you were playing and your OGs have access to a microphone, you would say, yo, you could just contact me, right? You could talk to me behind the scenes. We ain't got to do this in media. But for whatever reason, they would rather, I'm not going to use the word bash, but they would rather talk publicly than address stuff privately. And it's mind-boggling to me. Oh, damn, they done got to Burrow. All right. Great job. Way to get after the quarterback. Bring him down for a sack and force a punt. Now Pittsburgh needs to do something to go and take the lead. And to that we say...
Anybody got more of that Loompa Loompa weed? Anybody got more of that Loompa Loompa weed?
Trey Patuan said, do we extend Najee? I think so, because I don't think a team is going to overpay him, but somebody will definitely throw a contract. The only issue is that he's been available. So I think if we can offer decent guarantee. Oh, my God, he fumbled. He fumbled right into the damn defense hands. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, bro. We just find a way. We just find a way, bro. Look, way to play. Way to bowl the football, Calvin Austin. What I say less than 10 minutes ago. I'd love to see Calvin Austin go and make a play. He just did. For the Bengals. Thank you very much, Calvin. Thank you very much, Calvin. I would have rather had Calvin Cambridge go out there and return punts than Calvin Austin, Bram. I don't want to see him on the damn field returning punts no more. What the hell, fam? Just protect the football. That's all we ask. Just we find ways to go and take out the plastic appendage and begin to go and fuck ourselves. I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. Lackadaisical with the football, finding ways to lose games. Just finding ways to lose games. Got to be kidding me. Got to be kidding me. Oh, boy. Quentin Patuan said, can we give Bama their props on running backs in the NFL? Yep, they definitely are very, 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 very proficient at getting running backs to the pro level. Vortex put that Canadian dollars on, said, should Mike Tomlin go after this season? Well, he signed an extension, so he will not be leaving. But I think I can speak for all Steeler fans when we say it's not about the no losing seasons. It's the lack of contention in the midst of those no losing seasons. I said it in my reaction video. We're not the Browns. We're not the Bears. Well, shit, not even real. The Bears, yeah. We're not Jacksonville. We're not these teams that are perennial bottom feeders for all intents and purposes. Detroit was like that for a very long time, where you go into the season without any expectation. So when you're in a situation with Tomlin, the goal is Super Bowl every single year, no matter who the pieces are. And then you go through 3 months, you play decent football, and then come December, in recent history, absolutely collapse. And then furthermore, you don't play a brand of football that has an identity. You get bailed out for all intents and purposes. So it's an incredibly frustrating existence, because when I made my video about like the pain of being a Steeler fan post Super Bowl 45, people are like, well, you're bloviating about, a successful franchise. Because in the 2010s, Pittsburgh won the second most games in the entirety of the NFL. But how many Super Bowls do you have to show for that? Even in appearances? 0. Well, 1 if you count 2010. So you're in a situation where you've got 3 playoff wins in that decade. Well, 2. Well, yeah, 2015 you had 1. 2016 you had 2. That's it. That's it. And if you want to count 2010, then you got 2. So that's 5. In 3 total seasons, that's not good. So I said this 2 years ago, fam, if Tomlin can't figure out a way to not only win a playoff game, but win a playoff game, not necessarily convincing. Matter of fact, you know what? I'll take that back. Win a playoff game, then we can talk. But as far as I'm concerned, if that don't happen, now what's the alternative? If that means we'll have to go and finally, after 21 seasons, we have a losing season. But something's got to change, because this standard being the standard now is mediocrity. So there's that. Vagabond put 5 on it, said, with all the debate between Lawrence and Burrow when they started, do I think we can Can we definitely say Burrow is a better QB, or do I believe in T-Law? I believe in T-Law, but Burrow's a better quarterback. I believe in Trevor Lawrence, but Burrow's a better quarterback. Dominique Pafavon said, you believe a true bust is like Anthony Bennett, Caleb Williams is not even close to that. I agree. Like a Jamarcus Russell is a bust. Things like that are actual definitions of busts. Ryan Leaf, bust. What's her name? Josh Rosen, bust. Didn't necessarily get a very good opportunity, but bust for all intents and purposes. Here we go. 2nd and 6 following the fumble recovery inside the 30-yard line for Cincinnati. Good short tackle. Force a 3rd and manageable. Patrick Queen making a tackle. Nathan Pateno said, you 100% agree with me about Saquon. You don't really like the decision of sitting at all. You understand they have nothing to play for at number 2 seed, but they took away his chance at major NFL history. Right. Matt put 2 on it. Said top 2 Bengals and Steelers tight ends, then top 3 Yankees. Top 3 Yankees. I couldn't give you that. I'm not heavily in baseball. I guess I would have to go Mickey Mantle, the Babe, and Jeter. I guess in the Yankees end. As for the top 2 Steelers tight ends, Heath Miller, and then top 2 Steelers tight ends. Heath Miller, and who would I want to put? You don't have much. I want to say, was it Grossman? Oh, wow, TJ able to go and make a play, force a sack. Way to make a play, TJ Watt. What the fuck was the name of the tight end in the, no, I'm thinking of the 49ers tight end with Grossman. Shit. It escapes me. Fuck. But Bengals tight ends? Tyler Eifert would be way too premature. Bengals tight ends. You might have me stumped. That's a sack there for TJ Watt. Did he get there, or is there a flag? Wow. Wow. They got a hold on the defense. The sack is taken off the board. Wow. Incredible. Oh, yeah, that's a hold for sure. This man tugging hips. Oh, my Lord. This man tugging hips. These dudes can't play football. Oh, my Lord. TJ Husmanzada played receiver. He wasn't a tight end. Golly. Oh, Jeremy Tooman. I wouldn't have him there for a top position, perhaps. Golly. Way to fuck. They just got knocked out of field goal range just to get brought even closer. Amazing. By the way, that's the 5th sack on the season that has been erased by penalty for TJ. If you guys remember that first 3 games of the season, he had 3 taken away. 3. 2 of them forced fumbles. That's another one. Oh, man. That's fucking brutal. Nathan Bavava said, you're off to bed. Good night. See you tomorrow for the big game between the Lions and the Vikings. What's wrong with this guy? You holding not too long ago, and now you want to fight over the damn ball? And the number 1 seed, good night, everybody. Yes, indeed. Have yourself a good night, Nathan. Lazen Shogun, Patuan said, say they fire Tomlin. Who do I like to see next? Well, I don't know. Knowing Pittsburgh, they're going to find some sort of diamond in the rough somewhere. But it happens. Capte said, you said before, you say it again, the problem with the organizations in the NFL is they let feelings and past reputation get in the way of doing better, and it starts at the top. Ownership has been getting too fat and lazy. That's why they got so much mediocrity out there. Moreover, as long as the current owners remain in positions of power, this mediocrity will never change. I agree. Once you get comfortable and you're in a position where you don't have pressure to keep your job, even from an ownership perspective, mediocrity seeps in. Oof.
14 grams of cocaine.
Somebody better make a play here.
Then you sell it.
Oh, nearly intercepted. Damn. I don't think Beanie Bishop got it. I think it might have touched the ground. I think they might have touched the ground. I would like to believe it was an interception. Why would you knock the football out of his hand? See, our defense can't even celebrate right. Our defense can't even celebrate right. Man's caught a fucking pick and then homie hits it out of his teammate's hand. We can't even play deep. We can't even celebrate right, bro. This is ridiculous. We can't even celebrate right. Did we actually catch this pick? Oh, wow, yeah, he did. It never touched the ground. Well, what of a play by Beanie Bishop? What a play right there from Beanie Bishop. That's an interception. That's an interception. Desert Patuan said, took forever, but Tiffany cashed in on one. Yes, I did see it. Thank the Lord I watched it, because if this was a spoiler for me, I'd have been angry than a motherfucker. But yeah. How do I feel about Jaden Daniels 5 being an MVP conversation? He shouldn't be. If Tomlin was fired, would I be concerned about some of the players who would potentially leave due to his popularity? To tell you the truth, I would have sat there and be like, yo, I'm cool with the next regime. Let's just see what happens. I've never had the benefit. I don't want to say benefit because it's not necessarily a benefit. Patriots fans would definitely tell you they're not enjoying it right now. But I've never gone through a rebuild, if you will, as a football fan, for the most part. When I became a Steelers fan, first season in 2000, they were 5-11, 6-10 something. 2001 went to the AFC Championship. 2002 divisional round of the playoffs. 2003 losing season, and I've never seen a losing season since. I don't know what a rebuild is. Even in the midst of the injury to Big Ben, we had freaking Mason Rudolph and Duck Hodges and still went 8-8. Bring in Kenny Pickett, struggle your way to 9-7, and then a 10-7 postseason berth. And then this year, you got 10 wins, right? So I don't know what it's like to go into a season and go game by game, not really having an expectation of winning. But I will say this much. This experience of 20 plus years of being in a position to where you can make a run, but you don't. Sometimes you do. It's a very odd feeling. Like in the 2000s, even on the seasons that we went 2, wow, the pass ricochet nearly intercepted. Oh, but man's got no hands. In 2009 and 2006, that was one of those, fuck. But every game, I felt like, yo, we could go. In the 2010s, during the Killer Bees era, it was incredibly exciting. The last 7, it's been fucking brutal, to be honest with you. So, but there's so much worse outcomes that you can have. So it's difficult for people to sympathize. Because like, yo, y'all don't even got no losing seasons. But then it comes a point where it's like, yo, we don't got losing, but it feels like we do. Oh, Russell is not getting away. Throw the football away. Red Hood Patuan said, here goes Tomlin voodoo magic. I hope it happens. Better activate it. B said, you got your boy watching me on the treadmill asking him when the fuck he gonna get his fat ass on one. Hey, man. Man's better get off his ass. He should have picked up the first down before he stepped out of bounds. Why does the scoreboard say the Bengals have the football? I have no clue.
sell it?
Lazy Shogun put 5 on, said, Bears fan here, you don't want to know what a rebuild is like to experience. McCaskey's has done us hell since 2014 minus 2018 when you got Mac. That 2018 season would have been a season of fucking dreams.
Then you sell
Mario put 5 on, said, how do I feel about Michael Penix? I think we haven't seen enough tape to have a real evaluation, but he's going to be the quarterback of the future for the near future. So I think he just needs some development, really. He just needs some development. But he's not terrible. I think his accuracy needs a lot of help and work, but he's not terrible by any estimation. King Vines, Pateno said, gotta head out. Have a great night, brother. Acknowledge me. Well, you, sir, are heading out. Have yourself a very good evening. Who that for life? Chris Batuon said, thoughts on Butler wanting out of Miami. It's brutal, but heat culture is not, it doesn't mean anything anymore. And I forget who made a great point, but if you really take into account what heat culture has looked like, you ran off Shaq, let LeBron walk, you ran out Wade and gave money to Tyler Johnson, and now Butler's gonna leave.
Then you sell it?
That's your culture. Playing Miami. How the fuck you can't attract free agents to Miami? No state tax. All of these fucking big booty Latinas and Negro. Like, what are you doing? Nubian queens and the fucking Latinas all over the damn country. The finest women in the country is in Miami. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Finest women in the country is in Miami. You can't attract free agents to Miami. Open up the fucking checkbook. Create your super team, because that's what it is. Let go of this archaic philosophy and compete in today's league. That's just what it is. Benzino put 20 on it. Said, as a Packer fan, you empathize because we'd make a run at the playoffs, but suffer some brutal losses as of late. But hey, you're thankful for them being a contender and even more for the Super Bowl they won in 2010. And I'll say this much. The Packers, over the course of the last 30 years, have had something that no other franchise has had. Consistent, elite quarterback play. Jordan Love isn't yet elite. However, let's call it what it is. If you watch him play on Sundays, he'll be a Pro Bowl quarterback for years to come. The only downside is in the NFC, it's incredibly difficult to mess around and get a nod, but anybody can go to the Pro Bowl now, so it doesn't matter. But proficient quarterback play. You had an MVP in Rodgers, MVP in Favre, MVP in Favre, MVP in Rodgers. We don't know what the future will hold for Love, but consistent quarterback play for 30 years, you can't ask for better than that. Joker Patuon said, would I play Fields the second half? To be honest with you, no. Roll with the hand that you've dealt yourself. I think Fields coming in cold would be foolish. So I don't think it would work. Recovery said replay assist is inconsistent. I agree. 7-game suspension for Butler is crazy about it. Yeah, they better trade him. They better trade him. Because the fact that you suspend this man is ludicrous to me. Conduct detrimental to the team, fucking stupid, to be quite honest with you. Wow. It's 4th down now. Wow. Russell Wilson can't even sneak. They might as well bring Justin Fields in on this play. Might as well bring Justin Fields in on this play. It's ludicrous. Somebody calling me? No, they're not. What are we doing, bro? Here we go, 4th down. Here we go, 4th down. Yeah, I don't know why it says Cincinnati football, to be honest with you, on the scoreboard. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me see. I don't know why it says Cincinnati football. You don't punt. You better not fucking punt. You better not punt. The last 3 weeks, he's made questionable calls regarding punting the football. Go for it. Your team needs some. Run. Fucking go for it. Fucking go for it. Come on, man. Okay. Cincinnati's using a timeout. Do I think they'll keep Justin Fields and Russell Wilson? If you ask me after Pittsburgh beat Cincinnati, I think they would have kept both. To be honest with you, moving forward, they're probably just going to keep Justin Fields. I think Fields is the quarterback of the future. I said this before the season started. If you go back and you type in Chiseled Adonis, Justin Fields, Chiseled Adonis, Russell Wilson. We got Russell Wilson, I believe. Oh, no, we got Justin Fields after Russell Wilson. I said we could have a situation where it's Russell, the quarterback for this year, and then, oh my God, Jalen Warren didn't get there. Oh, no, yes, he did. The second effort, because he wasn't down. He wasn't down. The second effort got them. Wow. The second effort got him. I don't think he was down. He should have been down, but the second effort actually got him because he wasn't down. They should probably go and review this.
14 grams of coke.
Wow.
Then you sell it.
Wow.
14
He was short.
of coke. Then you sell it.
Was he down? Oh, yeah, he was down. Well, was he? Was his ass down? Well, wow, what do you know? What do you know? Lack of execution. Lack of execution. And tell you what, I have no issue with them going for it there. I got no issue with them going for it there. Now you got to just be able to go out there and execute. Why doesn't Fryer move, go and extend over? It's just lack of execution. His ass touched the grass. I got no problem with that. I actually got no problem with that because they need something on offense. Lazy Shogun for 5 on say, going to head out. Hopefully the Steelers pull it off for your parlay's sake. Keep up the amazing content as always. I appreciate you. I, for 5 on said, watching Geno fuck up your Seahawks has been excruciating watch, so somewhat understand what I mean. Yeah, it's been unfortunate. Jose, for 5 on said, what's going on? Hopefully all is well. Can't wait for my Week 18 commentary, especially about Michael Pierce, INT, the big boy. Recovery said, you watch a lot of games, but replay assist has fucked the Steelers so much. Yeah, a number of times. It's incredibly frustrating, but I mean, ultimately, you got to go out there and execute. The situation with Kansas City still bothers me till this day because the whole purpose of the replay assist is to kind of do away with that whole rushing to the line. Wow, that dude just got, was that Patrick Queen who got ran over like that? That's Patrick Queen who got ran over like that. Son just got bitched. Son just got bitched. Why not use Najee? No, to be honest with you, it's better to use Jalen Warren there than to use Najee. Look at Patrick Queen. Throws shoulder first. Wrap up, son. You not even like that. Wrap up, son. I just don't get it. Drew Sample ran that boy the fuck over. Ran that boy all the way the fuck over, bro. Like, what are you doing? Wrap up, son. This is the type of shit that makes you just watch and scratch your head. All right, here we go. You know where he's going with the football. Easy fucking reception. Right in the soft area of the damn coverage. Easy fucking reception. No, that's not a Moss kind of catch. That's just great pass. Look how many empty seats there are. People don't even want to, like, think about if you're the Steelers in January, you can't pack out a stadium? That should say something. There should be shame from the organization, from how angry the fans are. Just disappointing, fam. Watt was coming too. I need Watt to get home again. That says a lot more about Steelers fans. No, not really. Not really. I disagree, Treeborg, because if somebody's a crybaby, there has to be a reason for them to cry about something. And if the same complaint has been happening for the last 10 years, why would you want to come watch? It's the same old shit. There's a difference. You have to put out a product that's conducive to making fans want to go in person to go watch. There's a completely different kind of situation. People ain't just popping out to go watch games just to go watch games, especially if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Ain't nobody just going just for the sake of going. I got nothing better to do. Let me go catch a Steeler game. It's cold. No, it could be cold, but bro, if this a home playoff game, you packing it out. It's a difference depending on what fan of a franchise you just so happen to be. There's a difference that's there. It's an illegitimate complaint. In your opinion, I disagree 110%. Because ultimately the crowd, now granted, I do believe that as a player, you shouldn't have to feel as if, man, I need the crowd to make noise to get me ready to go and do my job. But you would hope that the fans would pop out and send their energy to the field so you can go and make a play. But if you don't got a product that you're putting out on the field that makes people want to go and pop out, what are we going to go watch for? Because let me tell you something. If this was 2008, 2010, those stands is fucking packed, even if this is an 8-8 football team. Vagabond for 5 on said, do I think this generations of QBs, Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Jackson, Lawrence, I don't think Lawrence should be in the same conversation with those guys. Will surpass the previous generation of Brady, Peyton, Rodgers, Breeze, Ben? No. No. The last generation of quarterbacks was the greatest generation of all time. It was the greatest generation of quarterbacks of all time. Legitimately, you saw some of the greatest quarterback play you've, week in, week out, dissecting some of the best defenses to have ever lined up. In this generation, how many household defenses do we really have? That's what made the last generation so good, because they played against such great defenses with so many great players. And it wasn't just one guy. It was a whole unit. You had to see them. Oh, you played against Philly? It wasn't just Brian Dawkins, Jermaine Curry. No, it was Jim Johnson's defense. You played against Baltimore, it wasn't just Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and Terrell Suggs. No, you had to face the Baltimore defense. You played against Pittsburgh, it wasn't just Palomalu and Harrison. No, you had to play against the Steelers defense. You played against Chicago. It wasn't just Urlacher and Britt. It was the Chicago defense. You had to see the whole fucking team. The unit was a problem. This generation, you got a couple of players here and there who make some plays, but it ain't the same. Like, it was all-time greats on both sides. It was a full cornucopia of Hall of Fame jackets going up against each other. Today's generation, it just ain't like that no more. It just ain't like that no more. I sound like an old head now, fam. You had to experience it. I think the 80s to the 2000s was the best generations of football. I don't want to make my bias sound incredibly, high just regarding the 2000s, and Russell Wilson takes another sack. And Russell Wilson takes another sack. Hopefully this just takes us to the half. Let's just take it to the half. Let's just take it to the half. Some more.
Unlimited diarrhea. Unlimited.
I said.
Unlimited diarrhea. Unlimited.
Anybody got more of that Loompa Loompa weed? Anybody got more of that Loompa Loompa weed? Anybody got more of that Loompa Loompa weed? Anybody got more of that Loompa Loompa weed?
Yeah, but that was the thing. That was the thing. Trey Patuan said it was packed when Kenny beat the Raiders. Yeah, they was out there. Benzino Pafavon said, let's not forget about that 2006 Chargers defense. Yup. Lights out Sean Merriman. All them boys was out there making plays. And then fucking Marlon McCree wanted to go and hold the damn season away. Timothy put 2 on and said, young cats need to go watch Manning Brady era for sure. Fam, it was great fucking football. It was great football. The 2002 Bucks, and it wasn't even just 2002. It started in like 98. Them boys was problems for like 6 straight years. And 2003, they fell apart. But there's no units no more. That year in, year out, it was a DITD Sunday. They putting your dick in the dirt. You might have to call your mama before the game. Call your daddy before the game and say, hey, I achieved my dream of playing in the National Football League, but I might not play another Sunday because I got to see Ray Lewis. I might not play another Sunday because I got to see James Harrison. I might not play another Sunday because I got to see Brian Dawkins. I might not play another Sunday because standing across from me is DeMarcus Ware. You in a situation where every single week it's a double chin strap fucking moment. Justin said the Legion of Boom and the Orange Crush 2.0 were the last great defenses in the NFL. For the most part, because how many other teams had like their name? Like Saxonville was cool for 2 years. How does Russell Wilson even trip on a QB sneak? Only 12-minute halftime. Yeah, to a halftime, 12 minutes. Unless it's like a performance that's happening. It's 12 minutes. Manning Broncos should have won 3 Super Bowls. Well, 2012, if what was it? Raheem Moore? Whatever the name of the safety was, who played for Denver, all you got to do is track the football. And in my opinion, Denver wins in 2012. Truly, Peyton Manning should have went to San Francisco. I don't understand why he didn't do it. Oh, well, the NFC is your brother's conference. Everything was aligned in San Francisco. I never understood why he didn't go. But all man's had to do was knock the football down. You're in the Super Bowl. Because they would have beat New England in 2012. Then, 2013, I think if Von Miller was healthy, the game would have been more competitive. But if the center didn't snap the ball over Peyton's head, and everybody wasn't psychologically scared, but it is what it is. They lost. 2014, Andrew Luck took y'all out. what were y'all doing? Really, what were they doing in 2014? Because they should have not lost that game. But it happens. '2000s Ravens defense has to be the best defense of all time. Nah, the '85 Bears is the best of all time. But the 2000 Ravens is number 2. Packers should have won in 2014. Yes, it was a collision course for Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady in the Super Bowl in 2014. It was either going to be Manning or Brady facing Rodgers. I will never forgive Green Bay for blowing that 16-0 lead. You had the game in the bag. All you had to do was recover the onside kick. What the fuck was the name of the corner? Was it Tremaine Williams who got beat? Trevon, I forget what it was, who got beat by Curse on the game-winning touchdown? Bro, that's the type of shit that legit makes you want to crash out, bro. Yes, Brandon Bostic on the onside kick. I'm not a Packers fan. I was ready to fight, bro. And it's not because, oh, well, he's anti-Seattle. I loved Seattle. Seattle was cool. I just hate when I see ineptitude, self-imposed. I lose my mind, son. I lose my mind. Eli 2 Super Bowl runs made no sense. A lot of odd things happen. But Kyle Williams, fam, if I was him, I don't care where you at in the country. You got to look over your shoulder for the remainder of your life. As far as I'm concerned, Sammy Gravano's safer in the United States. Or I should say, Sammy Gravano's safer in New York City than Kyle Williams should be in San Francisco. San Jose, wherever there's a multitude of 49ers fans, there's no way, bro. The way I was angry after that game, bro, I was ready to fight something. Legit. Mr. King put 5 on, said, would you rather have 20 years of 20 years of ass and 2 Super Bowls, or 20 plus years of general greatness and 17? Also not sure if Pittsburgh wants to try firing Tomlin. What do you mean? Oh, so 20 years of ass and 2 Super Bowls, or 20 plus years of general greatness and 1 championship. 20 years of general greatness and 1 championship versus 20 years of ass and 2 Super Bowls. On paper, the 20 years and 1 Super Bowl sounds all right. But 20 years of ass and 2 championships is kind of brutal, because you really only get to celebrate that championship once. That's kind of where we have, because that's what, Tampa been ass for years, and then you had that 2 championships and you was all right. But I think I'd take the 20 years of general greatness, but then the thing is, in the midst of that greatness, it has to be great. Major put 5 on it. Oh yeah, it's time to get off the treadmill. Damn, how long I've been on this? Damn. Damn. It's been 1 hour and 37 minutes I've been on this shit. Golly. Yeah, I guess that. Oh, this is 99 minutes? Wow. I didn't even have to press nothing. I done reached the maximum. Wow, what do you know? Huh. The more you know. The more you know. That answers that. All right. Yeah, second half, I can sit my ass down. What time? Oh, well. Shit. Yeah, I was moving. I didn't even recognize I was walking for that long. Golly. I was marching for a minute. How long do I usually walk for? Well, I was supposed to run 4 miles, but my gaming stream took way long. I was streaming for 6.5 hours. So for those of you who don't follow me on Twitch, make sure y'all head over to Twitch and follow me at the Chiseled Adonis, because somebody got Chiseled Adonis, so they're over on Twitch. But I was streaming for 6.5 hours. So just before the game started, I said, damn, I got to go live. So you know what? I was supposed to run outside because I'm doing 75 hard. So I said, you know what? I'll just get on the treadmill and walk. So luckily, walking is also a part of fitness as well. So this is interesting. Wow, what do you know? But yeah, that does it for this. I just have my push-ups and squats, and then I'm done for the rest of the day. Okay. That does it for that. Okay, so let me read some donation, then move this joint. Major put 5 on and said, how do I think about the Cowboys season if Dez catches it and then they go to the NFC Championship? Man, let me tell you something right now. If they go to the NFC Championship against Seattle, I actually like them against Seattle. I like them against Seattle. That would have been a tough fucking game. I think Dallas actually went into Seattle in 2014 and won. Or was it Carolina? I forget. But that would have been a hell of a game. But I'm not even going to hold you. As much as I joke about Dallas, I'd have been cheering for them. I would have been cheering for them. I think Dallas went into Seattle and won that year. Oh, they did. Yeah. So I would have probably led with I would have been leaning towards 2 minutes. I would have been leading towards Dallas for all intents and purposes. So there is that. Oh, Carolina did in 2015. Well, there it is. But yeah, I would have been pulling for them, but I think they could have possibly made it to the Super Bowl. Vagabond Pateno said, please don't remind me of 2014. Tramon Williams on that final play is hurting you till this day. But for the 85 Bears, it's important to remember that Big Blue working crew with LT was the thing too. Yup, with Harry Carson, Lawrence Taylor and company. Them boys was hurting folks left and right. They were hurting folks left and right. But, ladies and gentlemen, the second half is on the horizon. So with that being the case, let me get a dancing LeBron up in here for a couple of seconds before, as I transition from the standing, treadmill to the sitting desk. So let's get that going. Dancing LeBron for the next minute and 20 seconds. It didn't play. Yeah, it was 2 minutes rather than minute 20, but that's neither here nor there. All right, we are sitting down. Let me adjust my screen. There we are. All right. Second half is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. Second half is upon us. We are back to the game in this AFC North finale between Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. So, first and foremost, they need to establish something on offense and make something happen, because if these motherfuckers cannot find the end zone, I'm telling you something right now. There's going to be very, 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 very. Oh my God, Najee Harris already taking down the backfield. Nobody blocking. Good God. Ryan put 2 on it. Said thoughts on Rodgers' recent comments. What did he have to say?
Of crap. Then you sell it.
Golly. What's the dumbest playoff of all time that made me want to crash? The dumbest playoff of all time. Oh, the dumbest play of all time. Oh, the dumbest play of all time that made me want to crash out? Good God. Maybe New Orleans lateral that ultimately resulted in a touchdown that got ruined due to a missed extra point. That was incredibly pathetic. That was incredibly pathetic. Oh, right. He said the past 2 years were the best years of his life. Oh, that he must be talking about personal life rather than on the field. So there is that. Craziest play that made me want to crash out. Jesus Christ. That made me want to crash out. Boy, I'd have to think from the realm of Pittsburgh. I'll have to think about that. Virtuoso for 5-1 said Static Shock when he had a TV show. I'll put a shock to your system. Static Shock with no TV show. I'll put a shock to your inventory. Well, and he couldn't catch it. Calvin Austin got no doggone hands. Football's right there on your fingertips. Can't hold on to it, and you're going there 3 and out. Amazing. Get off the field. Get off the field. Quentin said, what is the 75 hard? 75 hard is essentially 75 days. You have to drink a gallon of water per day. You have to read 10 pages per day. No alcohol. 2 workouts. One of them has to be outside. And then ultimately you have to follow a strict diet. And those are essentially the 5 rules of the 75 hard for 75 days. And you also have to take a photo, I guess a progress photo every single day up until day 75. So there's that. I'm currently on day 3. I started on the 2nd of January, so we'll see what that's going to hit for at the conclusion. Sean, for 5-1, say Happy New Year. Name your top 5 wide receivers of all time that haven't won a Super Bowl. Top 5 wide receivers of all time that hasn't won a Super Bowl. I will remove Don Hudson because he didn't play in the Super Bowl era. Terrell Owens, Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson, Chris Carter, Julio Jones.
14 grams of
Larry Fitzgerald.
Then you sell
Larry Fitzgerald in front of, oh boy, Larry in front of Chris. So I'd say that'd be the 5. Benzino for 5 on it said the Vikings Cardinals 2003. Oh yeah, it was hilarious because Paul Allen was like, there are the Vikings are crying on the field. You love his enthusiasm though. Yeah, that was a brutal, fam, because the whole push out was still a rule. So they ultimately get ruled it as a touchdown, then you end up missing out on the postseason. That shit was wild. No, he said who didn't win a Super Bowl. Did he say play in Super Bowl or win in a Super Bowl? Sorry. Yeah, he said haven't won in a Super Bowl, not played in one. Won a Super Bowl, not played in one. DRX Patuna said bench Russ for real. I mean, we'll see what ends up happening here. Because these dudes are playing terrible right now. Are the Steelers winning this game? The defense has to essentially go out there and open up the door for the offense to do something. But right now, the way they playing, I have no confidence. None whatsoever. It's bad. You know what's so frustrating watching the Steelers? I will watch a different team generate so much fucking pressure on these teams, and then the Steelers, who have a better front 7 at generating pressure, will essentially struggle. It is mind-boggling to me. Absolutely mind-boggling to me. How Jeff Fisher made a Super Bowl is beyond you. Well, I mean, if you go back and you watch that Tennessee team, Steve McNair was fucking pulling miracle out his damn ass damn near every single damn week. And Eddie George was running motherfuckers over. And now they're the midfield. We're going to lose, and we have to go back to Baltimore just to get put out in the wild card again. Yeah. This is just, and to make matters worse, let's say we go to Baltimore and lose again. That's the second time in the postseason we lost to a divisional opponent in the last 4 years. Cleveland took us out on our own field, and then we go to Baltimore and get worked. You don't go into the playoffs, you lose 4 straight and expect to be able to, make some noise in the playoffs, man. Like, I would like to see some form of tenacity and anger and the will to win from this damn team. Here we go. Get to the quarterback now. Nobody's going to do it. Soft coverage, first down again. Soft coverage, first down again. I don't even know why Joey Porter would open his mouth to say something. Oh, boy. Mikey said, who do I think is the best cornerback who ever wore 24 out of the following? Darrell Revis, Charles Woodson, Ty Law, Champ Bailey. If you're personally ranking them 4-1, you'd go Revis 4, Law 3, Woodson 2, Bailey 1. That's just you personally. I would put Revis 1. Well, Champ actually generated more turnovers. So I'll say Champ 1, Revis 2. Just at the pure corner position, I'd put Ty Law, and then I'd put Charles Woodson. But you can't go wrong with either one of those guys. They're all Hall of Famers for a reason. Yeah, he's the 5th one to ever do it in history. Yep. Nah, Gilmore's not in that conversation. Wow. Wow, look at the fucking hustle from Herbert, able to keep his feet. Somebody's hungry. Somebody hungry. I can't say the same about the Steelers defense. Somebody hungry. Damn, that's wild. Since that sack fumble was taken off, TJ Watt got no statistics today. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Incredible. Burrow's already thrown the football 10 times. The Steelers have ran 27 plays. Meanwhile, Cincinnati's ran 40. That is amazing. That is amazing. Rob put 5 and said, Arthur Smith out here calling plays like this Madden or something. Quan put another 2 and said, thoughts on Arthur Smith's play calling. I'm not even going to hold you. I can't even blame him. Like, this isn't like a Matt Canada situation. Our lack of execution ultimately has me sitting over here saying, you know what, Arthur Smith, I can't be mad at this play calling. I can't be mad at this play calling because we're not executing whatsoever. Wow, they don't even have Chase Brown for tonight. And we fucking can't get no stops. Amazing. They got, 36 yards on the ground? But it don't even fucking matter. Because Burrow getting whatever the fuck he want. Joe Burrow and Russell Wilson been sacked the same amount of times. Ain't that something? Boy. What's more impressive in order? The most receptions, most yards, or most touchdowns? In order, most touchdowns would be number 1 for the most impressive. Yardage would be number 2, and receptions is number 3. How many stats does TJ Watt have right now? 0. It's only pressures. That's the only thing that he has, but unfortunately that doesn't pop up on the box score.
sell it?
Joker Patuan said Terrell Austin needs to be fired. I just don't understand how we let Brian Flores walk. They're 5 of 5 on this drive. Can somebody generate some fucking pressure? Get to the quarterback, please. Another dump off. Can we get a tackle? No, we can't. And man almost tightrope down the sideline. Bro, we got to do better than this, bro. We've got to do better than this, bro. We've got to do better than this, man. Don't get me wrong. Burrow is playing at this is easily the best season of his whole career. Jamar Chase is all world right now, but you got to have somebody on that team like, yo, not today. Somebody got to show up and be like, yo, not fucking today. And to be honest with you, they've got 13 points right now, right? Oh, he's going to take a sack. There you go. Get after the quarterback. He's going to take a sack. You're going to force a field goal, right? For all intents and purposes, you can't ask the defense to give you a bit more. Oh, wait, Burrow's down. I think he's in pain. I don't think I'd hope it's not anything too serious. I'd hope it's not anything too serious. What happened? He went to the ground. Ooh, yeah, his neck looked like it looked like his neck got a little bit crunched up. I hope he's all right. But I'm gonna be honest with you. This shit doesn't mean nothing if your offense can't score points. I hope he's all right. I hope he's all right. But even though he did get banged up, that's a sack, ladies and gentlemen. So that means.
Anybody got more of that Loompa Loompa weed? Anybody got more of that Loompa Loompa weed? Anybody got more of that Loompa Loompa weed?
So, Smooth said, Chiseled, no, if Burrow get hurt, he's secretly cheering. No, I'm not. You've never once seen me cheer on an injury, with the exception of only when Vontaze Burfict got hurt. And I wasn't even really cheering. It was just one of those things like, you see, you get what you get. That was the only time. And that was only because Burfict damn near relished in hurting people. And it wasn't even just for his work in Cincinnati. Even when he was in Las Vegas, he was, or Oakland at the time, was damn near twisting people's legs and tackles and all this other stuff. That's the only time you've ever seen me on the record sit there and say, boy, somebody got their just desserts. I'm not cheering for nobody's, injury, fam. Like that's never been a thing. That's never been a thing. I'm the wrong guy for you to type that. You must be new to the channel. Blackout said the Ravens lost Zay Flowers today. Hopefully a successful recovery. What was the injury? Because I saw he got hurt. What was the injury? Was it like it wasn't a hyperextended knee by any means? What was the injury?
14 grams.
Benzino for 5-1 said Burrow gonna need that Loompa Loompa weed in a minute.
Then you
Hope he
sell it.
all right indeed. Yeah, it was an injury to his. It's just a knee sprain. Okay, so he'll probably end up missing next week. But I think in what 3 weeks he should be fine. Maybe 2, depending. Is Antonio Brown a Hall of Famer? He should be, but he'll probably end up getting hoed. Well, he walked to the tent. Yeah, he did walk to the tent, but you could walk with a torn ACL, so. No, it wasn't planted. The Flowers didn't get planted. It was after he had gone down, another player was coming over, like the Browns player was going over, and then the banged. I don't know if it was the helmet into the knee or it was something that banged into the knee, and then that's ultimately what he felt. D2 said Bengals getting written in the death note. Well, they up by 2 scores right now, so Pittsburgh's going to have to make them get written into the death note. Yeah, Rivers played on that torn ACL. Sergeant Baton said bad. Back on the live from work. You're watching the game. Steelers are annoying you with how they're playing. We should not be playing like this. You're not confident nor comfortable in this game. 100%. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. 16-7. This is no different than what the fuck we saw last week against the Chiefs. Same situation where defensively we could be doing so much better, but if this the way we're going to play defensively, on offense, we got to go out there and make a fucking play. Somebody's going to have to do something. You got to do something, like legitimately. Somebody's got to do something. This is the last month has been heavily on the offense than it is on the defense. The defense not generating a shit ton of turnovers or whatever, but the offense is like god awful, bro. We got 4 drives of 3 and out, bro. Somebody's going to have to do something. Actually, you're 100% right regarding Pickens. This man got 1 target. He has a reception. Russell Wilson got 51 yards passing. Bro.
By 14 grams of crap.
There you go, Jalen Warren, 9. Benzino Pateno said, how in the world can you play on a torn ACL a week later? You hated how LT got a bad rap because he couldn't play on a sprain because he got to do multiple cuts. Yeah, I think people who didn't know football talked way too loud during that time frame. Too many people talked. They were way too loud. Allen put 2 on and said, put Justin Fields in. They better start, like, I think they should. And I said this before in several different live streams when I was during primetime Steeler games. They should have specific packages outside of just short yardage situation where they give the ball to Justin Fields and they bring him in. Because he's still a quarterback at the end of the day. It's not like he's incapable of throwing. Granted, the first 6 weeks, there was a high level of frustration because of plays getting called back. Because I'm going to keep it a buck with you. If Broderick Jones didn't rack up as many fucking penalties as he did in the first half of the season, Justin Fields would probably still be the quarterback. Because how many damn plays did they have called back? About like 6 fucking plays they had called back because of Broderick Jones that was big-time yardage or a touchdown. And that got, pretty much taken away because of, piss poor offensive line play. So Ryan Patuan said, Mike Tomlin, I can handle things. I'm smart. It's like a Fredo out here. Damn, look how old these damn Steeler fans are. These motherfuckers is angry than a motherfucker.
14 grams of crap.
Can we take a shot or something? It's like we got Kenny Pickett at quarterback where you're not throwing the ball deep. Oh, my God. He's under duress again. Got to throw it away. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. Offensive line can't protect worth a spit. This is ridiculous. Brian P5 said, Russell Wilson is playing like insert John Cena ass. By the way, you think Cena clip came from the opening segment of the 2006 Raw? Yeah, we can't get separation. We can't get open. We can't make a play. Golly. It's awful from the Steelers offense indeed, bro. This is just bad. This is just absolutely terrible. Oh, he probably just took a shot to the balls. If you fire Tomlin, you risk becoming the Lions after firing Wayne Fontes, 20 years of absolute ass. It'd be very difficult to see that coming for Pittsburgh, but then you never know until you're there, you know? Russell's going to throw it deep. There's Pickens. Oh, my God, he dropped it. That's just on Pickens. Pickens dropped it. Wow. Wow. Pickens actually had the football, and he just straight up dropped it. Oh, my Lord. You asking for the football to get to Pickens. You throw the football to this man, and he just absolutely drops it.
Subject, George Pickens.
Cut that shit off, bro. You ask for Pickens to, oh, no, it got knocked out of his hand. That's actually a great play from the defense. It actually got knocked out of his hands from the defense. That's just a hell of a play by the defense. And here comes. Yeah, they're going to mark it at the 11-yard line, and here comes Joe Burrow again. Legitimately, you need the defense to make a play. Justin Fields is young. You side with Cam Newton and Rex Ryan. Develop Fields. Chicago tried to run him. Ruin him. Fields is much better than what people think. Fields should have been 6-0 if the defense got stops. Well, I can't solely put it on the defense because I will say this much. The game against Dallas, defense did what they had to do for the vast majority of the game. Pittsburgh's offense inability to go and put points on the board cost them that game. The game against Indianapolis, offensively, turnovers, Justin Fields doing the 630 and taking a look at his damn ball sack and fumbling the damn football, that was bad. But as I stated prior, a few minutes prior, if Broderick Jones doesn't have as much fucking flags in the first 6 weeks than he had, I do believe Pittsburgh would have been 6-0 and Justin Fields would have probably still been the starting quarterback. So I agree with you there. And I don't think they should let him go. I think they should keep him there. Do what you have to do to keep him there. Russell Wilson, this is a one-year rental. You can let him go. After Cincinnati, I was on some, hey, man, let's sign him. Get him on the damn squad because even though it was the Giants, the Jets, the Browns, the Bengals that they played against, the Commanders, Russell Wilson actually had the offense operating incredibly well. And then for whatever reason, injury to Pickens, and then suddenly now these dudes, offensive line just incapable of fucking blocking. Everything is terrible. Everything is fucking terrible. Am I off Russ completely? Not completely, because I said I wanted them to keep both quarterbacks. But my problem is Russ holds on, either holds on to the fucking football or bails immediately. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, I knew he was taking some sacks here and there, but it's so bad right now. Like, the offense looks junior varsity. It's terrible, man. They out there absolute ass. It's bad. It's really bad. You'll keep it simple. If the Bengals score just a field goal, this game is over. They playing music like people give a fuck. Feels like it's 10 degrees out there. Well, you better go make a fucking play. Because for Cincinnati, they playing like it's 60 degrees. Oh, amazing. Way to get a fucking great carry from Herbert. They don't even have Chase Brown out there. They're still able to pick up some yardage. Tevin Batuan said, what about Pittsburgh picking up Kirk Cousins? Fuck no. Kirk Cousins don't even have a damn Achilles. He got a noodle arm. That's ridiculous. I've always said I'd rather have a has-been than a never has. Russell Wilson is somewhat of a has-been. Kirk Cousins, he's a never has. Low-key, he should take over for Brock Osweiler for the Enron University graduate. This is incredible. Dude making his fucking first start for the damn team, if I'm not mistaken. Go out there, and he's now, what, approaching 50-some yards? It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. You can't let them get this drive into the fourth quarter. And the fact that the offense still can't put together nothing is just brutal. They're just going to keep running the damn football. Yeah, they weak. They weak than a motherfucker. Legitimately, you win this game, you're on to Houston because the division's already, cooked. Baltimore done locked that up. You lose now, then hey, go get ready to go to Baltimore, and they're playing magnificent fucking football. And like I said earlier, it really don't even matter if it's like, hey, all right, you win the game and you go to Houston because Houston's injured or whatever the case may be. Bro, the way Pittsburgh playing, they'll get boat raced by Houston. They'll get boat raced by Houston. So it really don't matter who you play. My goal, and I said this at the beginning of the stream, my goal is just to see them play cohesive fucking football. At least look like a fucking playoff team. Even if you lose, at least look like a playoff team. These dudes look no different than fucking Jacksonville or Tennessee as far as I'm concerned. They look no different. Houston will be a boat race. Houston will be a boat race. I can tell you that right now. Houston will be a boat race. Houston's offensive line is trash. So is Cincinnati's. So is Cincinnati's. Houston will be a boat race. We can't score on offense. Our defense isn't really generating turnovers or whatever the case may be, and they getting tired as fuck because we're going 3 and out 5 out of 6 drives, 5 out of 7 drives, pardon. Legitimately, it's not even like these dudes don't want to play no football, fam. Look at the posture. Look at the posture. Look at the attitude. Look at the look on their faces. Dudes don't want to play no football, bro. This probably Cam Hayward's last season. He actually returned back to all-pro form just to do nothing. Devin Patouin said, Titans straight, what the fuck we do? Y'all was ass all season. It looked like we might as well join y'all. We just so happen to have 10 wins, but that's where it's going to stop. Inside Pittsburgh territory again.
14 grams of
We can't even get a tackle. And like I said, I've said this before, I'll say it again. Had we been a bottom-feeding team, you don't hear me saying this because it sounds like it's sour grapes and bitching and moaning and all this other stuff. It's because the standard is championship. You qualified for the playoffs over a month ago, and all you've done is lose since. Like, this is why I always say we have to contextualize it. We qualified, we got a playoff berth a month ago. All we've done is lose since. Like, you in the playoffs, but ain't nobody on some, yo, let's circle the Steelers. We're playing against Pittsburgh. Fucking pathetic. Fourth quarter coming now. I don't even know why they got this damn replay of TJ Watt celebrating. That damn sack got taken off the damn board. It don't even matter. TJ not even on the damn on the stat sheet right now. Ellis for 5-1 said, you've been seeing this convo a lot. Bronny James or Clayton Clark? Well, Bronny James, come on now. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. I saw some people defending, talking about, Asia Wilson could probably beat somebody on the. I'm like, no, she can't. Then I saw some with Angel Reese would be able to beat Jeff Teague. I'm like, what are we talking about, bro? Come on, man. It's just I can't even blame Arthur Smith. I can't even blame Arthur Smith. What's the difference between Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase play? What does one do better than the other? I think they're both incredibly proficient route runners. I think Justin Jefferson's a better 50-50 ball catcher. I think Jamar Chase is the better deep threat for all intents and purposes. I think in the realm of route running, I'd probably give a little edge to Justin Jefferson, but they're both incredibly well at both of them. Blocking, I don't know who I'd give the edge to on blocking. Just the ability to get, like, they're both incredible all-world receivers. They're both all-world receivers. So it's like you can't go wrong with either one. You legitimately can't go wrong with either one. Oh, let me give you guys the time of possession of the Steelers drives, by the way, because the Steelers have had the football for 14 minutes and 10 seconds. So for all intents and purposes, the Bengals have had the ball for 2 quarters. The Steelers have had the ball for 1. And it's not even just a matter of defense being unable to get off the field. It's the offense inability to put together drives. So opening drive, 3 and out, 2 minutes, right? Next drive, 6 minutes, 30 seconds, and a touchdown. Woohoo, yay. Next drive, 1 minute, 3 and out. Next drive, 6 plays, 22 seconds, right? Next drive. Well, that was the last play of the half. Next drive. Oh, it's a 3 and out. Minute 6 seconds. Next drive. 5 and out. Pardon me, 6 and out. 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Pittsburgh, 14 fucking minutes. They've lost the time of possession 4 straight games. Too fucking easy for Jamar Chase. He out there looking like Antonio Brown. He's cooking Trice. He's fucking cooking Trice. Oh my God, he's fucking cooking him. He's fucking cooking him. What a fucking sensational play there from Jamar Chase. He's cooking. Hey, shave that man dreadlock. Ladies and gentlemen, we are watching the final matchup in the AFC North, where the Cincinnati Bengals are laying waste to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it's appearing to be the 4th consecutive game that the Steelers are going to take an L in embarrassing fashion. They are getting absolutely cooked, and it doesn't look like Cincinnati's going to slow down. There doesn't even need to be a thought of if the Steelers will come back, because they have no willingness nor powers of being able to come back. They are absolute ass. Ladies and gentlemen, 15 minutes left to go to watch Cincinnati go and open up their possibility of qualifying for the playoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to another terrible performance from the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 4th quarter. Nobody wants to watch this football team. Get them off the television. Sargent put 5 on, said this game is the offense's fault. Defense gave multiple sacks, multiple stops, and a strip. Well, I can't quite say multiple stops because you had a touchdown, field goal, then a great turnover on downs that resulted in nothing. A 3 and out that followed that, nothing. Got an interception following the punt, so that's okay. So that's 3. I'll give you that. But since then they've scored each drive. Field goal. Now we're able to hold them, but I will say this is indeed, as you stated, it's on the offense for sure. We had 3 straight possessions where we got stops and we did nothing with the football. It's definitely on the offense, and you can't ask for a better performance to a certain degree from the defense getting stops. It's 110% on the offense. 4th and 3 versus 7 is big time, but we got to do something. We have to do something. Jerry put 5 on, said our boys don't want to win. Yeah, they don't want to win. Dre Ball Patuma said Jamar is better at yak. Justin is better at routes. Ryan Patuma said Steelers just got to sign Megan Thee Stallion. I don't see that doing anything for us. Can we get Burrow on the ground? No, we can't. Good dump off. That's another first down. Watch, we're not going to get the tackle. Move the chains again. Great job, Steelers. Great job. Way to get after the quarterback. Sargent Patuma said Mike. The Mike 2 Patuma said Darnold or McCarthy, who stays? Both. Or who goes where? Both of them are going to remain. Major put 5 on, said if Tomlin loses this game but somehow wins the Super Bowl, do I think he still gets let go after the season? Well, no, you win the Super Bowl, you're not going to get let go. But if you have there's no reason for me to even think of a scenario where a Super Bowl happens. Not with the way that they've been playing football. I can promise you, Cincinnati scores here, watch how empty the stands get. Oh, boy. Yeah, let's just hurry up and speed this fourth quarter up. I could just get to reading my book. I'll get to reading my book and concluding my day much faster. Just speed this game up. There's no reason to have any form of excitement to be like, yo, I got to get to the crib to watch the Steelers game. That just doesn't exist. Wow, of course he was able to go get down there. You say start Fields and let him develop and keep Russ as a QB2? Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to be shelling out a good deal of money to go and get Russ now. But next year, I definitely say roll with starting Fields indeed. Mike isn't even mediocre. He's playing bad. Bro, this is like legit. And you know what's crazy about it is when you take into account how many great players they have, well, supposedly great players that they just so happen to have, and this is the performance y'all put out, like that's what makes it so frustrating. I said it before. It's not like you're Jacksonville. It's not like you're Tennessee. It's not like you're Cleveland. It's not like you're those other teams. Like, yo, you're a cornerstone franchise for all intents and purposes, and you just find ways to be ass.
Then you sell it. I 14 grams of
Oh, boy. That's a great graphic. This a Temu Steelers team? Nah, it's the actual Steelers team now. Ryan put 2 on it, said Steeler fans right now, help police, ain't that the truth? Sargent put 2 on, said, damn, man, I shut the TV off. This team ain't it. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It's legitimately pathetic. Touchdown. Nope. Incomplete. No flag. I'm shocked they didn't score a touchdown. And now a 9-point lead will become 12, but it's still a 2-possession game. Oh, that would have been a touchdown too. Mr. Thomas said Mike Tomlin's voice is getting old in the locker room. Pitt and Tomlin need to get away from each other. It's legit. Like the standard is the standard. The Tomlinisms is just not working anymore. Because when it matters most, it doesn't. Like you don't see situations where you win. Like it's one thing to lose, and I said this in my post game last week. It's one thing to lose. It's another thing to lose in embarrassing fashion every single time. This is just ludicrous, bro. Incredibly disappointing. Butter Biscuit for 5 on said, you've been telling peeps for years Tomlin needs to go, but they always want to defend him. This team has needed a new direction for years. Yeah, it's fucking disgusting, man. It's just piss poor fucking football. Nobody wants to watch this. 3rd down, defense can't get no stops. Like, why are we even in prime time? Why are we even in prime time? At least you're in the playoffs, but there's a consolation. Like, because the goal is Super Bowl every year. Playoff berth legitimately means nothing if you know you're going to be one and done. We haven't won a playoff game in 8 years. We haven't won a playoff game in 8 years. So it doesn't even matter that we get it. We make it to the playoffs. It's like, okay, we clinched the playoff berth a month ago. We haven't won a game since. Legit. We clinched the playoff berth a month ago. You got teams that is fighting to clinch. I would have rather been in a position that we're fighting to clinch a playoff berth now. It's like Pittsburgh clinched the playoff berth and said, we in. Woo! We in. We play like a bottom 5, fucking football team, bro. We play like a bottom 500, under 500 football team. Burrow only needs 105 yards to get to 5K on the season. Well, he won't need to pass the football no more. If Pittsburgh goes 3 and out or they fail to score a touchdown, just run the football because we can't even get off the field. Our defense is getting burnt the fuck out because we're losing the time of possession every single game. It's brutal. It's fucking terrible. Khalil Patun said the Steelers really need a game breaker. Yeah, they better not even fucking play. These motherfuckers is playing still into you. Can't even fucking play Renegade because who gives a fuck? Oh, boy. Tomlin's still one of the best coaches in football. Best? Nah. Consistent at being inconsistent. At this point, he's Jeff Fisher with the Super Bowl, to be honest with you. He's become the new Jeff Fisher. Think about it. Every year, it's not, oh, winning season 12-4, 13-4, 12-5, 14-3. It's 8-8, 9-8, 10-7, just sneaking by. He's Jeff Fisher with the Super Bowl championship now. That's what he's become. That's what he's become. It's really disappointing. It's really disappointing. It's incredibly disappointing. Tomlin might be the Doc Rivers of the NFL. That's a perfect comparison. That's a perfect comparison. It's like you live off the mystique of yesteryear. And it sucks because you've heard me in my post game talk about this time and time again for years. I said, like, bro, if Tomlin can't turn this around, it's done. He's done. Like once Ben retired and it was over, I'm like, hey man, listen, if we move on, I'm not tripping. You both said Ravens host Steelers in the first round with the Steelers loss and a Chargers win over the Raiders. First round divisional matchup for Pittsburgh. And you know what's crazy? Despite the fact that Pittsburgh had won 8 of their last 10 against Baltimore, there's no reason for me to believe Pittsburgh will even be able to compete because look how they play football. Nothing in the last 4 weeks has made you want to go and watch a Steelers game and believe they can make a play. Nothing. Nothing. Russell Wilson looks like he just started playing football this year. The run game doesn't even matter because Pittsburgh's getting destroyed on time of possession. So you don't even really get an opportunity to do something on the ground. Defensively, you're able to go and get yourself some stops here and there, but you're in a position where, you know, you're not making those splash plays like you were early in the season. Like, there's nothing that makes me want to go and rush to go turn the TV on. It's like a situation where I'm like, Pittsburgh's playing, I guess I could watch the game. Versus saying, boy, we got to make it to the crib. The Steelers is playing. Disappointing. You have to score touchdowns here, too, because it's a 2-possession game, but it's a 12-point 2-possession game. So it's 4-down territory. It's 4-down territory. All right, Najee Harris playing with some fucking heart. Oh, but I think he might be hurt now. Look at Najee Harris playing with some heart. Check down after check down. Yeah, because that offensive line don't want to play no football. Look at John Travolta Christmas commercials in January. Christmas done, fam. Sierra husband need to do something? Yeah, he need to go out there and make some fucking plays. Yeah, Chris Boswell he's only a few, I think he's 6 field goals away from setting the NFL record for the most field goals, but obviously it's not going to happen tonight. Butterscotch for 5 said, nah, bro, he's the new Marvin Lewis. Okay, during the regular season, completely overwhelmed when it matters. His success was from cowards players. I will say, yes, he did have cowards players. He added in his own kind of philosophy per se, but then you have a legitimate, claim, and that's one of the things that I tried to argue against during the 2010s, where the Killer Bees era was his guys, but he never had an offense and a defense at the same time. But you can make the same argument for Cower. He always had a defense, didn't always have an offense, and they were able to go and make it happen, right? But there comes a point where something's got to give. Something's got to give. And currently right now, what's giving in Pittsburgh is mediocrity. Oh, yeah, Najee got clacked in the head. Oh, that's interesting. They got an ESPN rules analyst who's able to identify that was helmet to helmet. Yeah, he's going to get fined. Oh, boy. You're now at the 31. And he dropped it. Can't hold on to the football, huh? Damn. That's a shame. That's a damn shame. Butterput 2-1 said they had their chances in the 2010s, always failed. They did. They did. There were moments in which you did have moments of, oh, wow, look at Russell Wilson almost fumbled the damn football. Might as well tuck it and run. But they had moments in the 2010 that they had their chances, but unfortunately, absolutely folded when it mattered. Like Le'Veon Bell getting hurt in 2014 really hurt them. Losing Bell in 2015, then losing Brown in the playoffs really hurt them. 2016, I think the Patriots were just a better team because Chris Hogan went for 180 or whatever. Oh wow, Freiermuth wide open, touchdown. Yay, woohoo. Go do it again. I don't give a fuck. Go do it again. Can't get me excited. Go do it again. But the after that 2017, you lose Shazier, but then you still let them score. The Jacksonville Jaguars and fucking Blake Bortles scramble all over you and score all them points. 2018, we fucking collapsed. We were 7-2-1, and we ended the season. What was it? 9-7-1. Fucking pathetic. Collapsed down the stretch. Boswell couldn't make a kick worth a spit. 19, you lose Roethlisberger. 2020, we were absolute frauds, but start out 11-0 and then lose 5 of our last 6, including the playoffs. Like, we just found ways to lose games. And Tomlin played a large role in all of those. Benzino Pateno said, you know what? You're right, because that 2008 team, weapons on offense, but the thing is, Roethlisberger took a shit ton of... Yeah, he was the most sacked quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl. And his passer rating was 80 that year. The year before, his numbers were good. Yeah, he was way better in 2007 than he was in 2008. But in 2008, we found ways to win in the clutch because that defense was a fucking monster. So legitimately, and Ben said it in America's Game, if they were able to just score 3 points on offense, they felt comfortable. So legitimately, the same way like the Tomlin magic and everything of that nature, because how many times have we seen Big Ben bail us out in late games because all you need is a defense to keep it close? The problem is, and the past couple of years, that's been the case, where it's like, yo, the score, you're not going to score over 20. You're not getting over 300 yards of total offense. You'll pray to God to get 400, right? You're in a scenario where it's just close, and then a splash play happens, and you're in position. So It's one of those situations. Oh, it is one of those Hawkeye, don't give me hope kind of moments. Yeah. Do I want to see Russell play next season? I'd rather see Fields, to be honest with you. And I think it all comes down to what happens in the playoffs. I was all in on Russell after they beat Cincinnati. And then from there, and even when they played against Cleveland, I was like, all right, cool. I got no issue with it. But those 3 weeks against Philly, against Baltimore, against Philly, against Baltimore, against Kansas City, bro. Fucking terrible, fam. Fucking terrible. Oh, now they're going to play. What did I say? They're going to play Renegade?
14 grams of crack. Then you sell it.
It's the last one of the year. The crowd, it's not what they better go out there and make a play. They trying to make noise, but it's not gonna mean shit if they can't make a play. Nathan Bafavon said during those years of collapses, Pittsburgh of 2018 and 2020, they literally have no one to blame but themselves. AB such a cancer. Thank God he's gone. Yeah, that's the thing. They had nobody to blame but themselves. Like 2018, it was open. If there was ever a season that they could have gotten New England, it was that year, and they got them in the regular season. That's the craziest thing about it. They should have got him in 2017, but they got hoed, just as James called it. But they got him in 2018. That was their year. But they should be ashamed. All right, defense, make a play. Steelers need a pick six. I haven't seen a pick six from Pittsburgh in a long time. But it'd be great to see them make a play and get a stop. But you know Burrow's going to get rid of the football fast, and he can dink and dunk when he has to. What a get off there from Highsmith. Wow, how many times have we seen Cam Hayward get a bat at the line? Cam Hayward could mess around and get that all-pro nod this year, too. Even at 35, he could get that all-pro nod because he's really, really played at an incredibly high level this year. Oh, boy. I see the rumor that Aaron should have joined the Steelers. Nah, I think if it was going to happen, it would have happened before he went to the New York Jets. That was the only opportunity. Oh, wow. Highsmith had Burrow. Can't get him. Highsmith had Burrow and can't get him. Oh, my Lord. Wow, they're calling incomplete on the field. I wonder if they're going to show the replay. I guess not. Replay assist coming around? I guess not. They rush into the line. Nope, they're just going no huddle.
14 grams of
Oh, that ball is out, but he falls right back on it.
then you sell
Nathan P51 said, by the way, true stubbornness of this franchise is killing them. I don't know when this standard started, probably the 70s, but those days are over. 2025 now. Where's replay assist when you need him? This actually is kind of hoeing Cincinnati because that could have been an incomplete pass too. More pressure. Jamar Chase pass incomplete. I don't know why Joey Porter is over here taunting and shit. I would just be. I wouldn't even be sitting over there like, yeah, man, great play. I wouldn't even be doing none of that shit. Nate, yeah, this is just. I gotta wait to see. They gotta get off the field on third down. Now's the time for TJ Watt to show up. Now's the time for TJ Watt to show up. Oh, T. Higgins is done? Shit. Because I don't see him on the field. Oh, there comes TJ Watt, but he's not going to get home. Burrow got his man. Not enough to move the chains. Force a punt. Now, if it'd be great if he could get a punt block here. Yeah, they got to stop, but now it's on the offense to go and get a touchdown. I'd love to say Calvin Austin make up for you there. Oh, damn. Yeah, they're just going to go and spot this one. Calvin Austin going to try to get a return. That was a bad decision. We got to go 90 yards. Ahmad, per 5-1, said the problem in sports is, in general, is lack of owner accountability. If a team is stagnant, there's no repercussion / setback for the owner. I said this before halftime. Legit said this before halftime. When talking about a number of different teams. I think somebody had mentioned the Bears and the McCaskies. I think I mentioned it then. Nathan, per 5-1, said, you forgot to add, since 95, the Steelers have been 2 and 1 more Super Bowls than the Cowboys, just to let y'all know. Yeah, we did, but it don't even matter. Like, man, we won 2 this millennium and we went to 3. The Cowboys ain't even been to a championship game. That's all well and good, but we won ours 16 years ago. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to be one of those people who live in the past. Like, it's got to be one of those what have you done for me lately kind of situations. Like a team like Tampa can sit there and be like, hey, man, we got a championship, you know, this decade, within like the last 5 years. Like Philly can still, because it was their very first championship, they could talk about that 2017 year or whatever the case may be. Seattle can mention that 2013, but nobody from that team is still around. So it's gonna, you can only hang on to stuff for so long. But with all that being said, you know, there comes a point where you have to say, all right, we got to start living in the present. Brian Patuan said, if Cincy loses, this puts them in the death note. Yeah, if Cincinnati loses, they're eliminated from playoff contention. 3rd and 1. Russell Wilson got to throw it away. And they're gonna throw a flag on Pickens. No, I guess not. Wow. Wow. That's incredible. Fucking 3 and out again. That's incredible. That's incredible. Oh boy. Oh wow, he touched it. Get on the football. I don't think we was in bounds. Were we in bounds? Wow. They're gonna say it's Pittsburgh football. I don't know if we was in bounds. I don't know if we were in bounds. I ain't gonna celebrate till I see it if we was in bounds. It actually touched the damn player. I'll be damned. It did touch him. It touched Ivy's foot, but did he get it in bounds?
Then you sell it.
It was touched by the receiving team, but did he get it out of bounds? Did he get it in bounds? Did Hayward fall on it in bounds? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He fell on it in bounds. Wow. I'll be damned. He got it in bounds. I'll be damned. Wow. The Tomlin devil magic has started working, ladies and gentlemen. The game guy, per 5-1, said T. Higgins is out there looking like Jay Cutler, straight quit. Well, did he quit or was he hurt? What happened with him? Nathan Batua said the past is the past we focus on today. What happened with T. Higgins? Did he just sit out? What happened to him? Wow. But I mean, they have to go and execute. At the end of the day, they got to go and execute. He got hurt? Oh, well, there it is. All right, here we go. You need a touchdown. You need a touchdown. If there was ever a time to get the ball to George Pickens, it's now. He has no receptions. There you go. Get the ball. Oh, my God, he dropped it. He fucking dropped it. That's his second time. Oh, my God. NFL young boy my ass, bro. Yeah, you got to be kidding me. They're trying to get you to football now. They trying to get you to football now. You just straight up dropping it. Come on, man. Come on, man. 5 targets, 1 catch, 0 yards. That's just atrocious. It's 4-down territory now. You can't afford to give that football back. Here comes the damn pressure. Yeah, just keep throwing it to fire booth. I don't know why. Don't look down at nobody. It's a 3rd and 1. Buddy having a tough time, huh? Oh, boy. PS2 shut down everybody he's faced. That's why he's the best corner in the league right now. Oh, wow, they gave us the first down. This is we going to give the ball to Cordero Patterson? Did he lose the football? No, he didn't. He just went down. Nathan Pateno said, one more thing before you go. Bengals need a miracle tomorrow if things work out tonight. If Cincy holds on, Miami to lose. Yeah, they need Miami to lose, and they need Denver to lose. See y'all tomorrow. Good night. Have yourself a good night, fam. Oh, Russell's getting sacked. I think that's his 3rd time today. Trey Hendrickson is fucking killing the Steelers right now, bro. Trey Hendrickson is killing the Steelers right now, bro. He's going to have the league lead in sacks now. I think Myles Garrett had one earlier to bring him to 15, and now Trey Hendrickson's up to 16. He's going to be the league leader in sacks. Trey Hendrickson's going to be the league leader in sacks. That is incredible. You know what's wild about this whole situation? Watch what happens. Pittsburgh's going to end up kicking a field goal if they can't get into the end zone, and then they're going to trust the defense to get a stop. Oh, they're going to get a hold. They're going to get a hold. This doesn't even matter. They're going to get a hold. Oh, wow, they ain't throw the flag for a hold regardless. Yeah, there's a hold on the offense. This is going to back them up. This is going to back them up an extra 10 yards. This is going to take them out of field goal range. That's a hold. That's a hold on Pittsburgh. It's a hold. Big time fucking hold. Accept it. Accept it. Accept it. There you go. Accept it. Push them out of field goal range. That's a smart thing to do. Push them out of field goal range. That's a super fucking hold up the middle. Super fucking hold up the middle. Why would they decline it? Y'all are fucking dumb. Y'all are fucking dumb. Why would you think they would have declined it? See, this is what I talk about. Notice, touchdown, you see me jumping out of my seat. Fumble recovery, you see me jumping out of my seat. Dudes don't know what the hell they doing. Watch, we're going to run a screen. Yup, going to run a screen. And then send out the fucking field goal unit. Send out the field goal unit. Thank God they didn't have to use a timeout. They better hurry up. 54-yard field goal. Boswell's made the most field goals here. I would not be surprised if he mess around and miss. And is it short? No, he got it. Continues his all-pro season. There you go. Now it's a 2-point game. You got to get a stop here. Oh, boy. Edgar says, as a Steelers fan, at least I'm not being biased as hell. You're calling the shit out when your own team gets penalized or should be getting penalized. Yeah, man, that's the way. I say I'm a football fan first. I'm a Steelers fan second. Boswell took Tucker's kicking powers. Well, I mean, Boswell's been great the last few years as well. Like, his really only down year was 2018. He's been very, very good since 2019 on, but all right, got to go and get a stop. Cincinnati scores a touchdown or kicks a field goal. This game is all but over. Oh, wow, they got a great fucking return. All right, way to make a play, special teams unit. Way to make a play. Got to get a stop? We don't want to. What's the SpongeBob? Nah, I don't really feel like it. Burrow's thrown the football 45 times. That's incredible. Oh, boy. Got to get a stop. All 3 timeouts remain. 2 first downs, this game is done. It really can only be, it can end up becoming 1 depending on when the stop happens, but timeout, I'd use the timeout now. Chaos, I agree with you. Pickens over here talking back with the fans. You're done. You're done. Incredibly talented, you're done. You're done. It's like the same thing I said with Deontay Johnson. Magnificent route runner. 1,000-yard receiver. You could be a Pro Bowler. You don't got the right attitude, and that's why you unemployed right now. Pickens is a fucking, I think you put Pickens on a team that's, winning or whatever, that man probably got his attitude in check. But this showcases your character. When you're on the team that's struggling, you're unable to keep your composure, get him out of here. Locker room cancer type shit. Oh, wow, Jamar Chase, first down. Nope. Short of the first, call timeout again. But now it's a 3rd and short. And watch, it's 4-down territory for Cincinnati. Why would you ever punt? Unless they take a sack, why would you ever punt? This is time for TJ Watt to go make a play. We still don't have any TJ Watt statistics whatsoever. After that sack fumble was taken off due to penalty, TJ's just been doing cardio. Deontay Johnson's in a better situation. He's unemployed, so what better situation is he in? What better situation is he in? He's unemployed. He got traded to Carolina, then got traded to Baltimore, and he's unemployed now. Or he got picked up on Houston. You're on 3 different teams in one season. You're in a better situation? You got to go learn the offense. It's not just plug and play. Well, I'm glad he's not on Pittsburgh. I'm sure he is as well. Oh, here comes it. You got to get him. Oh, Burrow goes down. Wow, and he goes down at the 40. Incredible. Wow, they actually ended up getting him. Keanu Benton was able to go and make a play. Burrow couldn't keep his feet. Wow, that's incredible. I'll be damned. Yeah, keep that timeout. Don't lose it, actually. I'll be damned. They was able to go out there and get a sack.
Anybody got more of that Loompa Loompa weed? Anybody got more of that Loompa Loompa weed?
Yeah, it's insane to try to shit talk, like I understand, you could talk your trash about Pittsburgh, say what you have to say. I'm not the type of fan who gets butthurt or anything of that nature, but it's crazy to try to leverage being on 3 different teams in one season as, hey, man, at least you're not on the Steelers. That's a crazy, crazy sort of scenario, to be honest with you. It's a crazy scenario. Nathaniel for 5 wants to say crazy that either the Lions or the Vikings is going to be a 5th seed. Get that each division needs a champ, but other than that, shouldn't the seeding be based off record? No, and I'm glad you brought this up. Because I was going to mention this earlier in the first half, but obviously we went elsewhere with the conversation. The NFL should not be like the NBA. A division championship should warrant a home playoff game. You have enough wins to, you have more wins than a divisional winner, but you in the wild card, should have won the division. Winning the division needs to mean something. Now, I understand that some people are going to be like, well, this isn't like back in the day when you had to take a bus or a train to go play against your divisional team. Now, you got everybody who's got private planes and all this other stuff. Nope. You win the division, home playoff game. It has to mean something. Because if that's the case, get rid of the divisions. Get rid of the divisions and just have divisionless football. Anybody play against anybody. Fuck the NFC, fuck the AFC. There's no conference. Top 16 records. Well, now, 14. It was 12. That was in the past. But top 14 records, just bring them into the damn playoff. The division needs to mean something. Conferences have to mean something. So as far as I'm concerned, keep the division the way it is. You want a better seeding? Win your division, bar none. That's what it is. Now, I will say, when you got a divisional team that's like 7-8 and they make it to the damn play, or 7-9, or 8-9, well, 7-10 now, but 8-9, 9-8, who just limp their way into the postseason, but the whole division is ass. Hey, man, listen, if you a 5 seed, that should be easy slim pickings, right? As far as I'm concerned, you want to have a better seeding, win your division. Win your division. Because if we get rid of, if we just do it on some, you win the division, you get a playoff berth, but we just want to accommodate teams that have higher division or higher records, then the division don't matter. At that point, the division don't matter. It serves no purpose. Because if you're saying, okay, you win the division, but you don't have a home playoff game, get rid of the division. Might as well play divisionless football.
Then you sell it.
Spooky said the NFL took away the first round bye for the second seed. Yeah, a few years back when they implemented the 7th seed. So now it makes, in my opinion, I hate the addition of the 7th seed, but I understand why you did, because it makes the first seed actually mean a bit more. Because let's call it what it is. Although first seed is home field advantage all the way through, if you're a second seed and you get that bye week, it's just as good as the first seed, as long as you're a team that wasn't struggling on the road. And more often than not, if you're the 2 seed in a conference, you're not somebody who is incredibly struggling on the road. You can win road games. So I understand why they did it, but the addition of a 7th seed is kind of one of those, you're having, it should be, there's no such thing as an easy game in football, but it's one of those scenarios where it's like, it's not going to be that difficult. Benzino Pateno said, wait a minute, the Bears and Packers were in the NFC Central, both made the playoffs in 2001. How was it that they both were able to get home games? They both were able to get home games. I'd have to investigate that and look into it. James Smith put 5 on, said, you tell people Russell Wilson's pass caught. That's a first down for our move. Hurry up to the line and clock it. Hurry up to the line and clock it. James Smith put 5 on, said, you tell people that the NFL schedules aren't equal, so winning the division has to have weight. Exactly. It's not like the NBA. You play every team at least twice, and you play in-conference teams. Some divisional teams, I think 6 times. In-conference teams like, wait, what the fuck are we doing in clock management? Why the fuck didn't we spike it? We're fucking retarded. We're fucking retarded. We're fucking retarded. Fryer move not even off the field. Fryer move not even off. That's 12 men on offense. That's a flag and a 10-second runoff. And he took the sack. And he took the sack. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We're fucking terrible, bro. We're fucking terrible, bro. We're fucking terrible. Why would you not spike the fucking football? Why would you not spike the football? In what world do you not spike the football? And 65 is getting worked, bro. I don't understand the thought process here. We're fucking terrible, bro. And that's solely on Russell Wilson. Spike the football, bro. Spike the fucking football, bro. Toretto Patuan said, so it's better to the first than second seed. Well, it's always been better to get the first seed than the second seed. That is wild. That is wild. All they have to do is play the sideline because we're not even going to be able to get down to field in time. They're just going to play too deep man. They're just going to play too deep man.
14 grams of crack. Then you sell it.
Wow. Wow. Mans couldn't even find a fucking football. Amazing. Amazing. You couldn't ask for a better look. Wow. Wow. You couldn't ask for a better look. They didn't even guard him deep. They didn't even guard him deep, bro. What was he running? What the fuck was he running, bro?
14
What the fuck?
grams of crack.
Yeah, these dudes don't want to win, bro. You had him. You legit had him.
You sell it.
You couldn't ask for a better scenario. How the fuck do you not? That's a game-winning touchdown. That's the same thing that happened when we played in Baltimore, what was it, 2 years ago? And Pickens had the game-winning touchdown from Kenny Pickett? Wow. Brian Pafavo said, your last video still rings true tonight. Clock management has left the chat. Ain't that the truth? That is incredible. Might as well throw it over the middle and yeah, Cincinnati gonna use a timeout. That is in-fucking-credible. That's a touchdown right there. But Pickens is running all kinds of different stuff, bro. What is you doing? I think this is more on Pickens than it is on Russ. Because what the fuck was Russ running? Wow. No, Pickens could have even been looking for a flop because nobody could have touched him. That wouldn't make sense. He's trying to find a football. But if you take a look at the route, that's not a route. That's not a route. Wow. Wow. They'd have to show us a replay of that. That is god-awful. Where's the extra protection? Oh, our left tackle about to get fucking worked. Russell about to take a sack. And he dropped it. Game done. Game done. Fryer move dropped it. Game done. Game done. We fucking suck. Hey, get ready to go see Baltimore next week. Cincinnati stays alive for one more week. We fucking suck. We fucking suck. Oh, we are so ass, bro. We are so ass. Hey, well, one more week in the season. There's no reason to have any faith for next week. We got what, and it's right there in Fryer move hands, bro. That's a catch and a reception, and he's not far enough to where we can't spike the football. He's actually close enough to where we could have spiked the football. Incredible. Incredible. Pack us the fuck up, bro. We are ass.
You know I'm a degenerate.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Pittsburgh Steelers take a fourth consecutive loss to close the season. And Cincinnati stays alive as Bengals win 19-17. This is just god-awful, bro. I don't even really want to watch the playoff game. But, of course, I'm going to watch it. I'll be live for it. But these dudes is god-awful, bro. Dudes is god-awful, bro. These dudes don't want to play no football. They don't want to win no football. They don't want to be out here, bro. Pack them the fuck up, fam. These dudes don't want to play. After they got their playoff berth over a month ago, after they clinched their berth to the postseason, these dudes don't want to play football no more. They don't want to play no football no more. I can't even bring myself to be mad. I'm not even really disappointed because I expected this. Dudes don't want to play. I low-key wish this loss had us eliminated from playoff contention. I low-key wish this loss had us eliminated from playoff contention. We don't deserve to play fucking football next week. We don't. It's one thing to lose 4 games. It's another thing to lose 4 games this way. We shouldn't play no fucking football no more, bro. We shouldn't play no football no more, bro. This should be the end of the year, bro. This should be the end of the year, bro. George Pickens runs a fucking route, but he's running 3 routes in one. Russell Wilson don't know where to throw the football, but then prior to that decides, hey, man, why don't I just, rather than clock the ball and save time, let me lower the shoulder and then run the fucking football and then burn even more time. Tomlin don't know what the fuck to do in the realm of clock management whatsoever. Dude's wasting people time out here, fam. Let's get one more week. We'll get one more week. You'll get some use out of your remote, and that's pretty much it. Pack these boys the fuck up. Marco Patua said, looking forward to my post-game crash out. It's not even going to be a crash out. I don't even think I'm going to raise my voice, to be quite honest with you. It's just absolutely embarrassing. Vagabond for 5 said, which team is the best 11-12 win team? The Ravens, Commanders, or Packers? The Ravens. Yeah, these boys are so ass, bro. These boys are so ass. Let me just rush. Let me get through this so I can go and do my post-game video and begin my damn reading. I'd rather read a few chapters of David Goggins' Can't Hurt Me than watch and review Pittsburgh Steelers football, because the Cincinnati Bengals told them to take out their Metro cards and get aboard the L train.
You lose.
You lose, and Pittsburgh continues to be failure. Straight up failures, because in the clutch, once again, what did Pittsburgh do? Shit the bed, and what are they eating?
Fresh hot ales. Fresh hot ales. Fresh hot ales. Fresh hot ales.
Fresh hot ales. Get your lemons.
It's over. You lose.
Pack these boys the fuck up, fam. Pack these boys all the way the fuck up, fam. Do me a favor and
Give me what I want.
give me what I want.
Give me what I want.
I said give me what I want.
Give me what I want.
And that's a quick elimination, please. Because there's no reason for me to sit over here and have any form of excitement, optimism, or glee for next week whatsoever. Trey put 2 on. It said, write them in the Death Note ASAP. Hey, man, it's pending. It's pending. Where's my Death Note? Oh, here's the Death Note. It's pending. It's pending. T-minus 1 week. T-minus 1 week. Pittsburgh getting written in. T-minus 1 week. Pittsburgh's getting written in. Wasting our fucking time, fam. Wasting our fucking time. Wasting our fucking time. Watching the Pittsburgh Steelers is like the last choice before masturbation, bro. Last call for alcohol. That's the Pittsburgh Steeler kind of football, bro. For fucking shame. Ought to be ashamed of themselves, bro. Ought to be ashamed of themselves, bro. Let me go do my doggone post game before I sit over here and utilize it all while we live right now. All I can say is
Relationship with your children.
My God.
ridiculous. Eddie, take us out. Y'all have yourselves a good night. I'll see y'all in the live stream chat of my post-game reaction.
Good night. Suck my dick. Bye-bye.